All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. Good morning, Eamon. How are you guys this morning?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. Man, I'm still trying to get used to being awake. I literally just woke up 10 minutes ago, and people were joking that making fun of me for being a creature of habit yesterday. I guess I am. I've been awake, late now for like 4 days in a row, and I apparently can't handle it. Because I needed extra sleep, man. I had to go get my daughter from the train station last night. Train was late. Mini rant just to start off. Why don't North American train companies understand? They always complain about ridership and people don't take the train. When the train is regularly like half an hour to an hour late, it's not reliable. That's why people don't take it, because you can't trust it. Whereas I find in Europe, at least they get it, right? Like, for the most part, trains are more on time. Anyways,
yeah.
I don't know.
The Amtrak here is pretty good. Those Amtrak guys, like, if you're going to Boston, you're going down to Washington, they'll leave you. They leave on time. But the regular train systems, I mean, in New York City, you can't notice it that much. They pass every 5 minutes, the metro itself in the city. But the Amtrak is pretty good. It's pretty good. From the very few limited times I've taken it. Someone that commutes every day might have a whole different experience and story. Eamon, my friend, how are you today?
Well, I'm doing well. My cat woke me up earlier than my alarm. So I think he had a more aggressive schedule than I did. So I don't know, one of these days where I'll be feeling asleep the whole day, I guess.
Because the cat can go to sleep anytime it wants and just sleep all day.
That's it. I mean, the cat just goes to sleep, and I'll just have to stay awake till my bedtime comes.
There you go, friends. All right. Something more interesting than this gappers list here in New York, at least, is the New York Knicks. My goodness, I am so tired. I watched the whole game, and if you're a basketball fan, even if you don't like the Knicks, what a game. Like, it was to the edge of your seat, and you could not believe this comeback. These guys were down by 29 points at the half. I mean, how do you come back from that? It was just incredible. Best NBA Finals comeback in history, and it's just been incredible. And Peter, Eamon, I was so wired. I think 11:30, 12 o'clock, I was already in bed. And I couldn't fall asleep until like 1:30 just because of all the freaking energy. I'm just like, this is insane. I haven't felt like this since Chicago Bulls against the Utah back in who knows when. That's how long ago it was. But incredible. If you're a New York fan today, you just can't believe what you just saw yesterday. But to other stuff that's also interesting as well. We have our gappers list brought to you here by tradingterminal.com. Tons of tickers this morning. A couple of low flows leading the actually not a bunch of low flows leading the way this morning, as you can see here. Less than a million, 14 million. 64 million is okay, 54 million. So a bunch of them on the lower side of things. And then the gap down, not so many with the big story today, Oracle, which Peter will get into all of that a little bit later. All right, before we dive in, let's head over to Eamon with our Wednesday in 60 seconds.
All right, guys. So yesterday was a rough day for the market. The S&P dropped 1.6%, NASDAQ dropped 2%, and the Dow fell 950 points back below 50,000. But the interesting part is that CPI was not the reason why everything has dropped. The headline inflation came in at 4.2%, and that's exactly what the market expected. The core CPI was actually better than feared, up only 0.2% month over month. So inflation was high, but it was not a surprise. It was all priced in, everybody knew the expected numbers, and it came around the expectations. I think the bigger problem was Iran. Trump posted that Iran had taken too long and warned that they would pay the price. The headline hit the market so hard, and obviously oil moved higher, stocks moved lower, and by the afternoon, the sell-off got even worse. So yesterday, I think market finally reacted to news. It didn't react as much as to these news as much as it did yesterday, like a few weeks ago. And I think that's healthy because finally we see market reacting to negative news. Back it was just AI, and whether there is a war, inflation, market just cared about nothing. And I think that it kind of feels that the market understands how stretched tech valuations are right now, and news finally are doing their job. And after the close yesterday, we got Oracle. The headline number was strong, the revenue beat, EPS beat, and the backlog number was also huge. Oracle's remaining performance jumped to $638 billion. And again, that's a huge number. It tells us that AI cloud demand is still there, but if you looked at the charts, you probably noticed that the stock still dropped after hours. Why? Because cloud revenue was a little light, and Oracle is spending a lot of money to build the data centers. They also plan to raise around $40 billion through debt and equity. So again, back to everything that we're repeating every day. The demand on AI is strong. It's going nowhere, but the build out for this AI is just getting very expensive day after day. And this is the biggest issue right now with AI. The demand is there, but the spending is bigger than the demand in a way. And finally, Apple. WWDC was Tim Cook's final WWDC, and as an Apple CEO. And John Ternus will take over starting September 1st. I think that's important because Apple is entering this transition while the market is still asking whether Apple can catch up in the AI. They've been struggling with this for a while right now. Let's see if that changes under the new CEO. That's it for yesterday, and I think a part of 2 days ago. So let's go on what to expect today. Today is another big macro day, but I want to keep it simple. I think the main event is at 8:30 a.m. We get the May PPI and initial jobless claims. Peter is going to go over these numbers once they are live. Yesterday's CPI, like we said, was not bad because the inflation came mostly around what we have expected. But the core number was better by around 0.2% month over month. So today's PPI is the next test. The market wants to know one thing. Was yesterday's inflation report just energy problem, or is inflation starting to spread again through the whole economy? We said that I can see around here that the PPI number is expected to slow down from 1.4% to 0.7%. I think that sounds good, but here is the catch. The year-over-year PPI is still expected to rise from 6 to 6.4. So the PPI slowing down to 0.7% is not a bullish setup, in my opinion. And if PPI comes in cooler than expected, I mean, especially on the core side, the market can finally breathe a little. That would support the idea that April was the peak producer in inflation. But if PPI comes in hot again, then yesterday's CPI relief will not matter as much. It will tell us that the inflation pressure is still moving through. And that makes the next week's Fed meeting even more important. The jobless claim will also come at the same time, but I don't think they are so important unless the claims spike like way, way higher than expected. The second big story is SpaceX. The ticker is going to be SPCX. You probably all know that already. And we're finally getting the release tomorrow. Everybody's waiting for that. And Andrew said he's going to buy $1 million worth of SPCX tomorrow. Did you guys hear that, Peter, Carlos?
I hope not. Not tomorrow. Let's wait a week.
Yeah.
History has shown. We looked at this. That you have to wait a week and change, right? So, but again, we've never been here before. This is different. That could be the best move ever. He could make $1 zillion, right? So, I don't know.
Or just half of it.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I mean, basically, you see the appetite for this one is huge. Andrew never trades IPOs. I mean, I don't remember Andrew trading IPO, at least for as long as I've been a BBT member.
It might happen.
And
nothing major, right? Nothing crazy. But we dabble before in IPOs. Yeah.
So I don't think that, I mean, this shows just how important this one is. Obviously, the question here is not the price. The real question is the demand. Is the book heavily oversubscribed, meaning investors still want big growth and big risk? Or the demand is just okay, meaning that this market pullback is just starting to hurt the confidence. So if SpaceX demand is strong and we get a lot Andrew-like traders, that can help the sentiment. And if the demand looks soft, that tells us that the big money is becoming more careful. And finally, we got two important earnings after the close, Adobe and Lenar. Obviously, Adobe is the AI monetization test. Investors want to know if the Firefly and Adobe's AI tools are actually turning into revenue, or these free AI tools started to hurt the business. I mean, we'll see what's going to happen a little bit later. But I think the scenarios that we can have today is if PPI cools, the claims stay normal, and we get some positive Iran headlines, that will give the market a reason to bounce after yesterday's sell-off. If the PPI is hot, the claims jump, and we get some tough Iran headlines, then we might continue the sell-off today, and maybe the S&P can retest the 7,200 area. And the base case is that PPI just slows a little, the claims are normal, everything around expectations, no Iran headlines. Friday, I feel like it's Friday, but it's not Friday, right? I mean, so the market could stabilize, but maybe stay choppy. So we'll see what's going to happen. Let's head maybe to Peter with the economic calendar, and if I missed anything, you guys fill in.
Yeah, well, the news is all about SpaceX for this week. I feel like the market is largely in a wait pattern. It's a downward spiraling wait pattern, but for the SpaceX IPO, which is coming out tomorrow at long last. And I can't believe we're doing this, but as of yesterday afternoon, this is the poly market odds of the closing price of, or closing market cap for SpaceX. So according to the pilot market, everybody expects it to, I mean, the majority say around 2 trillion. So as you can see, all of the bets are somewhere between 1.5 and 2.5 trillion, which would put the price around $150, depending on where we end up in that range. It's just, Carlos, Eamon, I don't know what to make of this anymore. I mean, I think it's all just a little bit crazy. You know, the talk is now turning bearish on SpaceX only because they believe that the pre-IPO is barely oversubscribed, and the expectation, of course, is that's going to drop now. Now, just because generally people think that doesn't mean you should go long, right? Like it's I don't know. The contrarian play feels risky in this one. We've never seen it. So who knows? Like nobody knows, really. That's the excitement of it. We'll see what happens with this thing. I think we're going to get some fun movement. As Eamon also pointed out, if we look at the economic calendar coming up next week, I mean, I know we're not looking past Friday here, but if we could, it's going to be Warsh's first time to head the interest rate release from the Fed. Right now, as you can see, the majority of expectation, 98.3% say that it's going to be unchanged, that we're going to have unchanged rates. So as much as he was originally suggesting that rates should change, I think there's going to be pressure on the Fed and on him personally to remain, stay the course and keep rates right where they are. But we'll see what happens. That's a problem for us next week. We don't have to worry about it this week. For today, as Eamon also alluded to or mentioned, we have two numbers that we're looking for today. The PPI number that should be coming a little bit of odd for that one today, and then the initial jobless claims. So normally initial comes out with the continuing jobless claims. I find it odd that I have only these, maybe the continuing because it's not rated a top one. It's not on my list here, but I'll look at that in a second. But we do have some numbers. 8:30, we'll get back to you with what that looks like, and we'll see if the market even cares, because as was pointed out yesterday, we saw a little bit of a market reaction to the economic data as it came out, but frankly, most of it was just that general sentiment and concerns over the seemingly never-ending sort of war, the standoff. Maybe it's better to say it's a standoff, because Trump has, I don't know, not really taken action. There's been these little skirmish type activities. You know, there's the negotiations, which seem to be ongoing. Very little coming out of the Iranian side. They're just being quiet and letting Trump, do the talking, which is probably a smart move, or it could just be a sign of like lack of leadership and organization on their side. It's tough to say at this point. I mean, remember earlier when they were producing like rap videos attacking the U.S. and more Trump personally, and now everything's quiet from their side. So I'm not sure what that means, but the market doesn't like it because it creates uncertainty. So let's see if we can find some trading though, because you know what, that IPO, that's tomorrow. We have a whole day of trading. Let's get some fun.
Yeah.
Let's get some, let's make some money in these markets.
Yeah. Tomorrow sounds too far. Let's call it 26 hours or about so, because tomorrow sounds way too far. So about 26, 28 hours if it opens on time.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, and you pointed out a problem there, Carlos. One of the things that people be asking, well, what time is the IPO? We don't know. You never know when an IPO is going to be released. They never tell you a time. It's basically could be any time between the opening and closing bells. Typically, it's between about 11 o'clock and 2 o'clock. 11 and 1 is more, generally when the IPOs come out, but there's no guarantee. This is so hotly anticipated, right? They might want to get more trading in the day done, or they might run into some challenges and getting everything tucked and tied in the background, and it might come out later. It's really hard to say, but I think that they're more likely to try and push it, because it just feels to me the less trading they have on the day, the more likely they can and they also want to create some anticipation, right? It would be good for SpaceX if they could get it moving higher into the close on Friday, rather than have that excitement die off and then the initial buyers decide to pull back. So I'm thinking it's going to be sort of mid-afternoon when they're going to try and release this thing to try and get just 2 hours of trading to push the hype. But I don't know. We really don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure. We're in the chat, friends. We're all talking Knicks, New York. It is just, it's incredible. It was an incredible game, Peter. I watched basketball finals for a long time. And this individual game has got to be top 3, unless you've seen something outrageous. Top 3 at least. As the NBA, I think history. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. It was just unbelievable. And if you're a Spurs fan, you got nothing to worry about. You can lose this year. That team is going to be so good. These guys are 21. I mean, they're babies. You look at their pictures, they're babies. And these guys, when they come back next year, you're not going to be able to beat them for years to come. They stay healthy and together. You're not beating this team. They could go on a 3-win repeat easily. That guy, Wimbayamba, it's unbelievable. I have a picture. I'll bring it up later, where the reporter's interviewing him, and all you see is the mic. You don't even see the reporter's head, because the mic, that's how tall he is. I'm like, it's unbelievable, man.
I think you got to be careful. Don't be calling this a series win yet. They haven't.
No, 3-1. You don't come back from 3-1. No, you just don't. And they already won twice in their house. Peter, you're not coming back from 3-1.
Like trading stocks. If you assume the outcome, that feels dangerous.
No. This is a lot more secure, man. The 3-1. You don't come back from 3-1. You just don't,
guys. Carlos is jinxing it right here.
I mean, disagree or not, they're not coming back from 3-1. It's just not gonna happen. But
I don't know. You're putting yourself in the firing line.
I will put money on the line. I will put money in the line with anyone. They're not coming back 3-1. I should.
Yeah,
I think I should.
That's the time. You just go for it. Go for it.
Yeah.
YOLO. That's your chance, Carlos.
It is my chance. I'm not a betting man, but if I bet, oh boy.
Bet. Go for it.
All right, friends. All right. What we are going to bet on is tradingterminal.com. Go ahead, Peter.
Oh, according to you, it's not even a bet. It's a sure thing. So.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what happens though. You know how they get you. The way you make the real money is by the spread, and that can always throw you off. These guys have won by a point, like yesterday, and they have won by like 20. So the spread is the one that makes it really tricky. Okay, how much are you gonna win by? That number is always really good, and you think they could win by this amount, and they don't, and you're screwed. So the house knows how to win no matter what you think. They know how to get you. So that's why I'm not betting.
All right.
All right, so tradingterminal.com, friends, a bunch of stuff feeling great today. As you can see here, green on the screen this morning. And we'll start with the first one, EDHL. We are up 200 points, 200% this morning. Look, oh my goodness, I'm thinking points. I'm into the game. I'm so in NBA mode right now. I'm saying points instead of percentage. All right.
You could
Let's
talk
snap out of it
points.
today.
A point is 1/10%, I suppose. So you could
I
talk
guess
points.
I guess so. EDL HL is the correct ticker. Let me fix that there. HL. We're up 221% this morning. 25 million shares traded. The float on this one is low, under a million. And look at it go in this pre-market, Peter. So we're rocking today. Hopefully some news behind it. But for our low flow traders, you're getting a lot of really great looks. This being another one this morning.
Oh, I'm just sorry. I'm still getting things all fired up here. So let's get back to EDHL. This is these are the types of stocks, Carlos, that normally we just avoid here, and it seems that this is just a short squeeze. There's really no news on it. This is Everbright Digital Holdings, which is an advertising agency, Carlos. One of those ones that you are convinced are all going to die. So, which you're probably right. I mean, it feels like advertising is one of the areas that AI could just take over. But I mean, there's no news anyway. So short squeeze apparently is what's happening.
All right, there you go, guys. Short squeeze on this one again. It is rocking today. It is our popcorn ticker. I'm going to put this up as it runs up and makes a new pre-market high right at 14. I'm going to put this right on our list over here in a second. So it'll be our popcorn ticker of the day right now.
Yeah, we've had some interesting stocks that have moved, right? Remember yesterday's was DSY that we were looking at.
Yeah. And, that was wild. Yeah.
And it it spiked higher. We were able to watch that live as they were like saving it until that buyer who was pumping it higher stepped out, and sure enough, that was the high price of the day, right? Once they stepped out, they left everybody to their fate. The thing sold off and ended up, I think it closed at around $7 overnight. It was at $4. So, and this was a stock that we were watching pre-market at twice that, and at the open spiked up to almost 20. So yeah, this is what happens with these things, right? You got to be very careful. Don't be the bag holder. Don't be the greater fool, as they say, the greater fool theory. If you're not familiar with it, you don't want to be the greater fool, right? So
yeah, absolutely. All right, EDHL on the list, my friends. Let's see what else we got here. Next one is QH. We got a couple of low flows, although this one is 88 million shares flow, but it trades like a low flow. We saw it a couple of days ago, maybe a week or two ago now, where it shot up pretty aggressively here and then right back down. Today's trying to do the same as it's hitting 910 as the high this morning. I guess very early on, 910. And then trying to flare up here again, up 120%, 6.3 million shares traded. This is QH, Peter. Another, again, not a low flow ticker by the flow, but I think it's trading like one today.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a super low. I don't even know what this company is. Kuho. It's a Chinese company, so I don't know how to pronounce it. QUHUO. I feel like I'm saying it completely wrong. I go to their website and I can't read it. So I don't even know what they do. Looks like they're an online delivery company. They are at its core provides flexible employment solutions for large life service platforms. Okay.
All
right. All right. So they provide third-party business management platforms for enterprise clients. Okay. Anyways, clearly this is like a translated website, and there's no catalyst. Again, no news. So not even sure why this movie. We seem to have a lot of these just these momentum plays. I don't know if this is a short squeeze as well, Carlos, but yeah, it's up. But I mean, look at this daily chart. This thing was doing nothing until 2 weeks ago, and then suddenly somebody decided to play with this thing. Right, this is the third time it looks like it's up here. Look at this, pop, drop down, back up again. I mean, yeah, somebody's just playing around with this thing.
Yeah,
no thanks.
Be careful. I don't like it. Even for a low flow, I think there's better ones to look at than this one. So just be careful on that one. Let's head on over to the next one, guys. NAVN. So NAVN this morning. This looks brutal. Not a low flow, sitting at 107 million shares float. But again, look at this pre-market action. Barely any volume. Just squeezing into our criteria here of above 200,000 shares traded, up 18%. But for the most part, looks brutal. Looks like they might have had earnings last night, Peter. But again, not a ticker that I think we've seen in the past year.
I feel like they've been on the list at some point. Navin Inc., a software company. But yes, they did have earnings. It was this morning actually that they had their earnings. It looks like they were okay. They had good earnings. Raised their guidance, which is what the market always likes to see. And oh, maybe the earnings were last night, and I don't know. Anyways, they had earnings overnight at some point, whether it was last night or this morning. And they had a couple upgrades. Three different companies, Jeffrey City and Citizens, all gave them upgrades, raising their target price to somewhere between $26 and $38. So expectation is that NAVN is going to get further increases. As for a trading opportunity, I don't know. I mean, Carl, I'm always skeptical with these. Any stock that trades, less than about 8 or 9 million shares a day, I always, I'm concerned that their volume this morning is relatively low at 250,000 traded shares. So it feels like it's not in play enough, despite the 20% increase here, for us to take advantage.
Yeah, I agree. Gonna leave that one alone, friends. Let's continue here. Here's some more low flows sneaking in here. We have AMPG, which I believe we saw was yesterday or the day before, but today they're here gapping up 8.3 this morning. 569,000 shares traded. So again, it doesn't look great. It actually had a decent intraday action yesterday, especially later parts of the afternoon. You can see here it actually rallied pretty nice today, continuing on that, up 8%. Daily actually looks, it's funny, daily is maintaining. Like usually this is a pretty actually good looking low flow daily chart. I gotta say, it looks very good. Normally we see something like what we just saw, or QH or STI. I mean, they're just messy. Here's a STI that just doesn't look great. So AMPG actually looks pretty good, Peter.
Yeah, it actually looks like a growth stock, as it's just grinding higher, which you said is very weird for a low float. On the Amplitech group, that they're a technology communication company that they make RF and microwave technologies. So sort of network 5G network type stuff, satellite communications, that type of thing. I don't know. I mean, it looks like it's a good buy and hold. Doesn't look great for trading. As you point out, as you've got, I saw it on the screen. There you go. We did have the numbers that came out. Actually, some positive numbers on the PPI. Look at that, 1.1% versus a 0.7% forecast. The job numbers came out slightly higher, 229,000 versus 220. So, all in all, frankly, we've got some divergence here in the numbers. I'm watching here. What's the market doing? Nothing. I mean, we got volume that came in. I can see, a volume pickup, but, we went down, we went up. We're right back to sort of where we were trending. I mean, there was a drop a few minutes ago where the market took a move down, but that wasn't related to these numbers. So I think that, I don't know. I mean, this, again, the market just loves to ignore economic data. It's generally so. Yeah, it's funny. Well, you say so, Steve. What I like about is the 1.1%. You say 1.1% is not good. Well, that's what it was previously, right? If you look at the numbers, we're in the range that we've traded over the last few years. So it's not like we're completely out of bounds, right? I mean, I think that normally you want that PPI to be closer to zero, but the 1.1% is within the range that we saw the last couple of periods, whereas 1.1 and 1.4 the period before. So I don't see this as a particular problem, and apparently the market doesn't either. If we look at the market overall, it's I said hasn't changed, hasn't moved. So again, what is it going to take for this market to pay attention to actual economic data? Apparently, it's going to take a giant IPO. I don't even know if that's going to calm things down. Like, what do you think trading is going to look like on Monday? Like, whatever happens with the IPO tomorrow, what do you think Monday is going to look like? Like, I just don't know. I guess I can't wait to find out. So.
We'll be here to see what happens. Friends, Jared, engineering the market, starting now in our chat room. So Jared's going to start his show there. If you're over on YouTube and you want to join that, head over to bearwithtraders.com and you can see Jared on there and the rest of the team. So we'll leave it to you guys. We'll join you guys a little bit later. All right, as we disconnect from chat, give me 1 second, guys. Let's continue here with X and YouTube. Friends over on YouTube, by the way, hit that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. It does help out the show a lot. So if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up. Our goal is usually 500. I'm all out of giveaways, which, by the way, thank you for emailing me. We'll send those giveaways out today and to the winners for this week. Again, every week we're doing a funded account giveaway, and we're also doing a funded account giveaway and also a 1-month elite membership giveaway to everyone here in chat room. And if you're new, because lately we've been getting a lot of new viewers, so thank you for joining in. Make sure to subscribe. A lot of people just don't subscribe, but if you subscribe, you can get alerted every time we go live. So thank you for coming, hanging out, and watching the show. All right, let's continue here with our gap up as data and the market starts to drop a little bit here. Data is out, as Peter mentioned earlier. Market is reacting a little bit more now, Peter, than earlier. It was pretty flat, but now it looks like we're getting something going, and we are dropping a bit towards that previous day close. So we'll see how things continue there. To finish off, look at the top of this gappers list. Next one on here, CPGN, and then we'll stop here and see what Peter likes this morning aside from this one from the gap up list. CPGN is the ticker. We are up 6.5 this morning, 620,000 shares traded. And as you can see here, daily has been very active. Looks like we traded this one before, or at least had it on our watch list. I don't recall this, but we did do some levels for it here. So it might have been on a primary list at some point. I can see there's a couple of gap up and gap down days here, so maybe that could have been it. Today, trying to find a bottom using 15 as support, Peter. Any news on this one? Pre-market action doesn't look great. It is a nicey stock, so you're not going to get a lot of great pre-market action or volume, but the daily does look somewhat interesting. What is your thoughts?
Yeah, this is we have seen this company in the past, Coupang, which not big here, but a big internet retailer overseas. They just got a 625 billion won fine from South Korea over a massive data leak. Well, first off, they shouldn't have had the data in the first place. So it was actually they were when they had to when they had to sort of disclose that they had this data leak. It's funny, the regulators said, well, why do you have the data in the first place? So they had an illegal data collection, and then they had a leak, so which was sort of entertaining. Anyways, 625 billion won. But the expectation was it was going to be higher. So this is why it's gapping up, because one, certainty, right? They know what the fine is now, and two, that they got away with just a fine, basically. So the thought was that they were going to have more problem with the regulators, but they basically just get in this. By the way, it sounds like a lot, 625 billion. It's about a 400 million US dollar fine, roughly. So I mean, that's big, but I mean, this was data for 33 million users that got released. So, for a company of their size, while it's big, I'm sure they've got insurance to cover that. So
yeah, I'm sure they probably made a lot more off the data to begin with. So that should cover that very easily. All right, Peter, as far as the gap up, anything else you like on here? I know the list is massive. We have our semis, SMCI, which has been somewhat in play, also thinking about semis. A lot of them on here this morning. Anything you like off this list or not on this list gapping up today?
I don't really like much on the list. I'm surprised to see that all of the semiconductors, almost all, Qualcomm and SMCI seem to be the only two that are, and Broadcom actually, they're in the red this morning, but all the other semiconductors are in the green. NVDA, not by much, by the way. Marvell, Intel, I saw on the list. That's what got me looking at it. The fact that Intel and Marvell are up on the list. Marvell had some good trading over the last few days, so there was certainly opportunity out there on the semis, as there always is. So I think we'll have to keep watching them today. Was watching a couple of earnings. The only one that it's not even really gapping up. I mean, I guess it is technically, but there's so little volume, it doesn't really matter. Carlos, Love. You remember these guys? LOVE.
Yeah, I do. Yep.
Love
I do.
Sack.
No, no, LUV is Southwest.
Yeah, no, LOVE, like actual.
OVE.
Love
Oh,
Sack
okay.
Company.
Yep.
which is not what you might think it is. This is a furniture company. They make basically beanbag chairs. That's where they started. Now they've got a whole line of home furnishings and that. But Lovesac, Love. So yeah, that's they had earnings. Anyways, somebody went and created a picture of me enjoying a Lovesac out there somewhere.
Oh yeah, we
And
have. Where is that? We have that
yeah, see,
somewhere.
I thought maybe you might have that handy. So, anyways, we don't need to disturb people with that picture.
Oh no, I
If
am
you
gonna
don't
show
have
that. No, I am gonna show that for
it.
sure.
Oh, there I am. There I am. I don't know why my toes are so disturbing. This is AI generated, so yeah, but I find that very odd. But there you go. That's
I don't know if the love sack looks larger or if you're shrunk, right? I can't
yeah.
tell which one is which.
They are pretty
I
big.
think they
actually.
shrunk you. I think they shrunk
you
you
go
because
to
the
the-
tree in the
maybe.
back, the
Yeah,
tree in the
maybe
back looks small, big actually.
Yeah, sometimes the perspective's off a little bit when people are doing that stuff. But that's anyways, yeah, that's one that we've had floating around for a while. But anyways, they had earnings this morning. So if you care, but they don't really trade much volume. But that's it, Carlos. Other than that, we said some of the semis look good to the top side. Tesla's actually gapping up. First time in a number of days that it's actually been gapping higher. So there you go. So that's something, anyways. But
Yeah, nothing on my primary list so far, but I will watch Tesla today. So I'll throw it on there on the primary for the most part. All right, let's take a break here before we go to our gap down, and let's go to Eamon with our social posts and feature story for today.
Awesome. All right, guys. So, pulse. What does Watch do next week? Here is the debate that is going on in the social media right now. The Fed meets next week. Inflation is back above 4%. Iran risk is pushing the oil higher. And Kevin Warsh is less than a month into the Fed chair job. So the market is asking a simple question. Does Warsh sound tough on inflation? Or does he give the market a little room to breathe? That is basically the whole debate. The bear case is that the headline CPI is 4.2%. The gasoline is up more than 40% from last year. The energy is hitting consumers directly. And even if the Fed targets PCE, not CPI, 4.2% is still not a number the Fed can ignore. Because if Warsh wants to prove he is serious about inflation and serious about Fed independence, then this is his moment. He does not have to hike next week, but he can sound like maybe much more hawkish. He can say maybe inflation is too high. He can remove the idea of future cuts. He can make the dot plot look more aggressive, and that is the bear case. No hike, but just hawkish hold. And sometimes a hawkish hold is enough to pressure stocks. Now, here is the bull case. Core CPI was only 0.2% month over month. That is the number bulls are just hung on. The headline number was high, but most of that came from energy. So the bulls basically saying this is an oil shock. This is not like broad inflation yet. The core goods were soft. The core inflation was better than feared. So why would the Fed overreact to energy prices that it cannot control at all? And this matters because Warsh has talked before about AI being a disinflationary force. In simple words, he believes that AI can help make the economy more productive and help reduce the price pressure over time. So if he wants to lean into that view, he has cover. He can say inflation is still too high, but the Fed needs more data. He can hold rates. He can avoid sounding too aggressive. And if he does that, the market probably breathes a little and gets small bounce back. So next week is not really about whether the Fed hikes, because most traders still expect a hold. The real question is in the tone. Does Warsh sound like an inflation fighter or does he sound patient? Because there is a big difference. If he sounds hawkish, the market starts pricing higher rates for longer. That obviously hurts growth stocks, that hurts the tech and anything with stretched valuations. If he sounds balanced, the market might say, okay, inflation is ugly, but the Fed is not panicking yet, so everything should still be good. And that could give us a relief bounce. So June 17th is important because it is the first real look at how Warsh wants to run the Fed. That's it for the social pulse, and let's go to the featured story. The featured story for today is Oracle. Oracle reported after the close, and the numbers looked strong. I mean, they didn't just look strong, they were strong. The revenue beat, the earnings beat, the cloud revenue was up 47%, and Oracle's cloud infrastructure business grew 93%. But the stock still sold off very hard after hours. Why is that? Because the market did not care only about growth. It was obvious that it's going to grow. I mean, there was no doubt in that. All AI sector and everything related to it is just growing. The market cared about the cost of that growth. The number everyone should be watching is not just cloud revenue, it's Oracle's backlog. Oracle's remaining performance obligations is around $638 billion, and that is revenue already under contract, but it's still not recognized. I mean, to keep it simple, customers are basically reserving future AI compute capacity from Oracle. And a lot of that demand is coming from the huge AI infrastructure contracts. So Oracle added $85 billion to this backlog in one single quarter. And that's a huge number. I mean, for perspective, Oracle did around $67 billion in revenue for full year. So the backlog is about 9.5 times bigger than the last year's revenue. That tells us one thing: the AI demand is not slowing down. But here is the problem. Oracle still needs to build the data centers, it still needs to buy the equipment, it still needs to secure the power and bring that capacity online, and that is very expensive. And Oracle already spent more than expected on CapEx this year. And now it plans to raise around $40 billion more through the debt and equity. That is why the stock fell. It was not because the demand disappeared. The demand is still there, and it's there for years forward. The problem is that the AI build out is becoming very expensive very fast, and it's becoming very expensive and even much more expensive month after month. So the market is not asking, is there demand for AI? Because the answer is like 100 times yes. The real question is, can Oracle turn that demand into revenue fast enough to justify the debt that it's having and to justify the spending that it's having right now? That's what could move the price higher. And honestly, I think that is the big AI question right now. It's not only for Oracle. The demand is there, the backlogs are really big, but the money needed to build this infrastructure is also huge. So Oracle's report tells us something important about the whole AI hype. The AI boom is not over, it's staying there, but the easy part of the story and the spikes that we've seen because of some cute headlines might be over. Now investors want to see who can actually turn this whole AI demand into profits, not just bigger spendings or some fancy headlines. That's it for the feature story. Hope you guys learned something, and back to the gappers list with Carlos and Peter.
All right, thank you so much, Eamon. All right, friends, let's continue here with our gap down, which we don't have a lot this morning on here, but we do got a couple of big one being Oracle, which Eamon just spoke about a little bit, so we'll get to that one in a second. But leading the way here is PCT. And if you don't know about PCT, you can head over to P Capital Trading and learn more about, not that this is the ticker, but you know, you can't help see PCT. I'm going to think P Capital Trading, right? So, yeah.
That's what we think of when we see PCT.
Absolutely. Peter will let you know a little more about that when we talk about our announcements and how you can join P Capital and what to expect out of that. But PCT, which is Pure Cycle Technologies, that's a okay name too. These guys are down here 15%, 1.5 million shares traded. The float on this one is 137 million, so a larger float. They don't get a lot of volume though. This daily you can see here, for the most part, best day has 15 million. The rest are around, just ballparking it here, around 4-5 million maybe, with some highs hitting 7. So not a whole lot of volume. Pre-market looks dead. Like, this is not good at all. So Peter, I'm not gonna have this on my list, but anything to share on it?
No, and you're not gonna like the news that much. It's a secondary offering, so they have basically they're converting a bunch of notes into shares, and that's diluting their share value. So yeah. that's what's going on.
All right, there you have it, guys. No, nothing good to see there. Now, the next one here is one that we've been talking about this morning already, and we look forward to having on our list and hopefully getting a good trading opportunity. It is Oracle. ORCL is the ticker. Today, they are down, guys, 9.5, 2.9 million shares traded. And I got to tell you, Oracle has really changed the way they dress for us intraday trading, right? It went from a ticker that we barely mentioned to one like Intel. How much time have we mentioned Intel just this year, maybe after April? I mean, it seems like every other day we're mentioning Intel. Oracle has done the same exact thing. Again, starting even before April, Oracle's been trading a lot better, moving a lot better, and you could clearly see it here in the month of June. You could see how much movement they have had. So today on earnings, Peter, give us the latest and maybe not so greatest as they're gapping down here at 9.5.
Well, Eamon did a great job of summarizing what happened with Oracle. I mean, they had earnings, and again, earnings were good. The concern continues to be, as we're seeing, all of these AI infrastructure and support companies, their people are expecting. Well, seems like the market is expecting unreasonable results. So there's not much more they could do with a massive backlog. Business is growing. They can barely keep up with demand, but there's a concern over costs. And of course, now people are looking at the fundamentals. What's that got to do with anything, right? Anyways, we've been like blindly ignoring the fundamentals for so long that now people want to sort of put some rational, sort of reality checks on it. And, the stock has no choice but to go down. So, so here we are. I think it's in play, like you said. I mean, and this really came into play. Oracle, of course, now all the talk is about an AI infrastructure play. It had jumped up into our awareness for completely different news. Remember when they were going to be it looked like they were sort of being tapped by the Trump administration to take over the TikTok assets in the US, right? And that's how we first sort of got them on our trading radar. And then, things changed and they became a little vocal, and then they became more active on AI. And anyway, so yeah, like you said, Carlos, it's done an interesting conversion from a boring stock that we would never look at to one that's in play on a regular basis. So.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm going to add it here to my list, friends. So Oracle will be on the primary list this morning, as there clearly are in play. All right, heading back to our list. STI the low flow has been going mad, and this is flow as of a 2.4 million. They went up to 45. Since then, have come back down towards 20 as the low. Now hanging out around 25. Not much volume, hard to borrow. Again, we're going on the 6-day play here, but with very little volume. Now you can see on the daily, you're not getting that attention that they had when they first showed up on the board here, putting some good movement higher. So not going to be on my list today, Peter, but another low flow kind of trying to figure out, are they going to hold these gains or head back to zero? Not zero,
yeah,
but,
their back
5.
office people have been busy they're trying to take advantage of the fact that the stock price has gone from what used to be, a $5 stock all the way up to this $30-$40 type range. And they've issued a secondary today. So a $35 million private placement, actually, of common stock. So they found an investor, and but that's always dilutive to the overall pool. So that's what's going on here.
All right, not a great catalyst, and we'll see what it does here. All right, friends, let's take a look at some other ones on the bottom of the gap down list. So we look at BABA, XPEV, XPEV and JD. All three of these Chinese tickers on the gap down list. So we'll start with BABA here. BABA this morning down 3.7, and man, they have not been doing well over the last couple of days. Every candle here since June, we'll call it June 2nd, has been red. So they gapped up, and then since then, all we're seeing is just sell off. And today, really adding fuel to the fire, down 3.7, 915,000 shares traded. So I'm not sure what the news is, but clearly something not working for them this morning.
I love the headline. When the headline reads, "The China's market regulator summons Alibaba over alleged misleading ads," and tied to the 618 festival, which is my understanding is that's a big festival, I guess, in China. I don't understand what it is, but anyways, it's a big event. So in China, I don't know what these misleading ads are, but that feels par for the course. If you're a big online advertiser and retailer, I mean, it seems like there's always concern that your ads are misleading. I don't know what they were doing to mislead the public. And it's odd. The Chinese regulator doesn't typically call that type of stuff out. So anyways, it's funny as we get into like different Chinese cultures, you start to realize because it has impacts on the markets and that. Carlos, I think we were talking about something last week. We were talking about a Chinese related stock, and I started to get like all of these stuff in my feed about is it called Ranch 99? Is that the store? I never heard of this thing. I'd never heard of it. I didn't even know what the heck it was. Apparently it's like a Chinese Costco or something. I don't know. It's like a
never heard of this
No?
either. But the Asians, they got their community, man. They got the
Yeah.
H Mart. I've been to H Mart. H Mart is tons of great barbecue sauce that Asian barbecue sauce that they have there. So they got some good stuff there. But I never heard of this one, and I have one actually nearby me.
Okay. 99
Huh?
Ranch Market. Anyways, I just I suddenly I started getting all of these things in my feed, and I'm like, I don't even know what the heck this is. So but it seems like it's a thing. So bottom line is we are relatively ignorant here in North America to a lot of the cultural activities that happen in other parts of the world. So I'm not surprised that this 618 festival, whatever that is, I'm not aware of it because it doesn't hit our news cycle, so I don't have the opportunity to get educated. That was one good thing I found about living in Australia. They were much more culturally aware, probably because of the proximity, but you sort of got a little more exposed to what was happening in the Asia Pac type area. So it was at least that was good. But
All
anyways,
right. Looks like a lot of people, if you're from SoCal, California, looks like they have tons of stores there. I have one near me, but it's not in the Asian town. Like Fort Lee is usually where a lot of the Asians live, and there you can find all kinds of Asian stuff. But this one is like in Bergen Town. I've never seen that there, but we'll have to go check it out. 99
Hmm.
Ranch is the name of the store.
Yeah,
All right.
99
Mhm.
Ranch. Yeah. Anyways, Ranch 99, 99 Ranch, whatever it is. Anyways, yeah. That was
Uh,
one of the videos had that big debate about how you say it. Is it even 99 Ranch or Ranch 99 or whatever? Anyways, like
I
I
like.
said,
Why does Ranch 99 sounds better? It's Ranch
it does
99.
it it
It
does
sounds
it
good.
does to me. Yeah.
It rolls off the
Anyways,
tongue a lot easier, but
yeah.
who knows? All right, let's Baba. Are you gonna put on the deck? Are you gonna put Baba on deck, Peter? What's your thoughts?
No, you know what? I have tried to watch and trade this, and it's been very disappointing. There was again a
Mm-hmm.
period of time where it was a great trader that seems to be behind us. I have not enjoyed trading this, so I typically just ignore it. If it comes into play later, sure, I'll go back and revisit. But I mean, just sort of look at the daily, pull up a 5 minute chart, sort of see what it's done. It's not getting that range of motion, and maybe we're spoiled. I've come to expect I want to see a stock that looks like a semiconductor or Tesla or stocks that just move crazy amounts, especially considering their size and valuation. That's what I want. And
Yeah,
Bubba's just
yeah,
not moving crazy amounts.
yeah. It's really not. I mean, I like it. I have not looked at Baba on a long, long time. So I'm gonna throw in a secondary list to see if they can surprise us today. I do like the gap down on the daily. I like the daily actually more than anything, but the pre-market needs a lot more work. We got the volume, but we're not seeing a whole lot of movement in the pre-market right now. All right, and last one here is JD. XPET fell off the list, and we got another one, but JD here also moving down. I'm assuming similar situation there. They're gapping down, really low volume. I don't think this thing is really in play on its own. Baba looks much better, so I'm gonna go with that, Peter. Unless you have anything else to add on this one.
No, it's the same. Baba was not the only company summoned by the Chinese regulators. Apparently, JD has also been impacted, and a couple of others. So that they are in trouble again. I'm not sure what their ads were, but apparently the 618 is like a big sales sort of bonanza from the June the 1st to the 18th. So I guess that makes sense, the 618. So there you go. And the Chinese regulators are cracking down on what they feel are misleading ads to the public. Again, a little odd. Usually the regulators don't. At least well, I shouldn't say that. I was going to say the Chinese regulators don't pay attention to that. Nor do the North American ones, for that matter, right? Misleading ads about sales and sales values. Usually they're like, they just let it go. Whether I mean, it's sort of like a long known tradition that advertising isn't always what it makes sense to be. Remember when they used to have like when Boxing Day sales? I guess that's not a big thing because you don't really celebrate Boxing Day, but you would call it Black Friday. How about Black Friday sales, where they would say like super? When I was a kid, it was like super big discount, right? $99 for this massive TV. Of course, it was a picture tube TV, so it weighed like 8 million pounds. But they'd have like two in the entire store. All these people lining up, and they'd have two, and then of course they would try and get you to buy the other stuff now that you're there. At one point I know they were trying to crack down on that, where they had the item but they didn't have appropriate quantities of the item. So anyways,
well, that's you got to have good lawyers to make sure you get away with like, what did he just say? What did he just say?
What was that? Was that the fine print?
That's the fine print. When they read the fine print, like it's 10 minutes in like a minute. I'm like, what did they just say? That you could die from this. They could you could get paralyzed. Like I love the drug ones. The drug ones are
hilarious. Great. Yeah,
that you could kill, you could choke. I'm like, why would I take this again? Remind me of the good stuff.
Exactly.
Carlos,
when I see U.S. ads, the Canadian advertising rules are very different to the U.S. When I see the U.S. ads for the drugs, like sometimes they're advertising a drug and they're like, do you have mild psoriasis? Right. Like, okay, so psoriasis, like skin. So my arm is itchy. Okay. So, but then they talk about this drug and they're like, could cause instant death, blindness, and things like that. I'm like, I think I'll deal with this problem. I don't want to go blind.
Yeah. But with the blindness, they have a person again running through the leaves, like running in the clouds and the grass while you're talking about blindness and death. I'm like, oh my goodness. There you go. All right, friends. This covers our gap down. Brought to you by tradingterminal.com. Peter, anything you like on the gap down this morning that might not be on this list?
Let's see. What is gapping down? A surprising amount of stuff gapping up this morning. Microsoft has actually been a stock that I've enjoyed watching, trying to find opportunities. Hasn't been all that easy, but it's gapping down this morning, about 0.5% at this point. Obviously, we already talked about Oracle. I think Oracle is the in-play one for the morning. We'll see if that sort of proves to be, good enough for us to trade. We'll find out together. One that had earnings that I was watching, but unfortunately has not got any volume, Carlos, is Aurora Cannabis. This is like, you have to go into the Wayback Machine for this. ACB.
What is ACB? Oh my goodness! Wow.
But remember when we were trading all the pot stocks and we had a whole bunch of them. Aurora Cannabis was one of them, but they only have under 200,000 shares. They did have earnings. Which is why I was keeping an eye on them. And their earnings actually were good, but their guidance was disappointing. So, So they're
it's funny. Like we thought when this thing was gonna get legalized, which basically is everywhere. I mean, what state is this thing not legal in? I'm sure there's a couple, but for the most part, we thought this was going to actually do very well and go higher and higher. But it has bombed, man. The pop sector overall has bombed. Has been horrible. As far as in the tickers here. So are people bypassing the stores and still going to the regular dealers? Like, what's happening? What's going on?
This is a great example of the buy the rumor, sell the news. Because you're right. As it was all speculating about what would happen with the legalization, these things were skyrocketing. The day they legalized in Canada, which sort of led in North America, the stocks dropped and have never looked back. They've just never recovered. So it's been pretty horrible. So
not in Utah. So Utah's still not legal there.
Utah's usually pretty low C conservative.
I know Utah's beautiful. It's funny when I think of Utah, I think of like just mountains everywhere, beautiful mountains and valleys and stuff like that. And how are you gonna catch somebody getting high in the mountains? It's not like you're not gonna
Mormons.
Not gonna catch
Are there
them.
a lot of Mormons in Utah? I think of Mormons.
I don't know.
I don't know if that's true or not, but anyways.
Candy says, but we have our way. So not legal in Utah, but we have our way. So you know a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
exactly. Everybody knows a guy who knows.
Everybody
a guy.
has a
There
guy.
you go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you're not
Yeah.
that guy, that's you should be okay. All right, let's see, friends. That covers everything. Eamon, let's go to you again. Our list right now very light: Tesla and Oracle.
Lots of Mormons. Okay.
We'll ask some usual suspects on here, and yeah, let's take a look at our fun fact
Really?
of the day by Eamon. But it looks like Peter wants to join in another fun fact. Give it to us.
David Harris is saying that more than 20 states it's still illegal. Really? Pot is
Yeah,
more than
I
20
think-
states? I would thought there was
Yeah,
like a handful, like 3 or 4, but 20?
me too.
Well,
But
like
it's a
half
lot.
of them?
I know they're trying to do the federal government is trying to make it legally federally. So they're trying to do that, but that's gonna take some time. But yeah, 20 states seems like a lot, but I could see that. I could see that. All right, let's
Oh,
yeah.
I see. There's a lot of states where it's only legal for medical use.
Sure.
It actually hasn't
You
been
need a prescription
decriminalized.
for that.
Sure.
It hasn't been
Yeah.
decriminalized in a lot of states. So there's a big difference between having it legal for recreational use and having it decriminalized. So, anyways, yeah, there's a lot of states where where it's really not legal for general use. Alabama is Anyway,
These sounds
all right.
these sounds
Never
like
mind.
the states that should be getting high. Alabama. Where else, Peter? What do you see there?
Alabama, Arkansas, Florida. It's illegal in Florida. That's a surprise.
That's a surprise. That's a surprise.
Yeah. Georgia, Hawaii. It's illegal in Hawaii. Iowa, Kentucky, Louisiana. Let's see, Mississippi, Nebraska, New Hampshire. Really, New Hampshire.
Hmm.
It was
Interesting.
decriminalized to possess up to 0.75 ounces, but it's still technically legal. North Dakota, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania. Wow, look at that. Okay, anyway, so there's a whole lot of Texas. It's illegal in Texas. Of course, Utah we just talked about. And so there you go. Anyways.
All right.
Okay.
There it is. All right, friends. We know it's legal in Russia, Eamon, because we saw our basketball star, one of the WNBA basketball star, get like arrested for months over like a bag or oil or something. So we know
Could have been years. He
Don't
got
smoke,
lucky
don't
on that
smoke in
one.
Russia.
Yeah.
Don't do that. All right.
Yep.
Let's go to our fun fact of the day with Eamon.
Stay away from pots, guys, from weed, and let's go for the fun fact of the day. And here is a fun one. SpaceX is expected to price its IPO at $135 per share, but the funny part is the share count. Look at these guys. And that's not a typo. 555,555,000 and 555 shares.
I saw
I mean, that gets
Awesome.
you close to $25 billion, right? And if the underwriters use just the extra share option, the offering could be even bigger. Now, honestly, we don't know if SpaceX officially picked that number as a joke, branding move, or just a clean math. But let's be honest. I mean, for a company that lands rockets on drone ships in the ocean, pricing the biggest IPO ever with a share count like that looks like someone held down the number 5 is like, I think that's literally on brand, right?
Oh, come on, Elon.
Five.
Elon loves to play with numbers, right? I mean, when the 420 and and anyways, yeah, he loves to play with numbers. So sure.
Yes, I mean, that's actually interesting. Anyway, the second one is Apple. Apple has its own leadership story today. Tim Cook is preparing to step down as Apple CEO on September 1st, with John Ternus taking over. So when Cook became the CEO in 2011, Apple was worth $350 billion. Today, it's worth more than $4 trillion. So under Cook, Apple went from an iconic product company to one of the most valuable companies in history. But now the question changes. The market is not asking what Cook built. The market is asking what Ternus can do next, because Apple right now is way behind in AI. And for Apple, I mean, the question is simple. Can the next CEO make Apple feel like an AI leader again, or it's going to stay in the lines? And finally, today in history, June 11th, 1962, 3 inmates escaped from Alcatraz. Frank Morris and the Anglin brothers, John and John and Clarence, they pulled off the most famous prison escape in American history. I think, let me remember how it was. Basically, they put fake heads in their beds and they made it with papier mâché, and they put real human hair on these heads just to fool the guards. Then they used stolen raincoats to build a raft and life vests. And by the time the guards noticed that they were gone, which was probably the next morning, the three men had already disappeared into San Francisco Bay. I mean, no bodies were ever found. The FBI later closed the case and said that they probably drowned somewhere in the ocean. But the U.S. Marshals still keep the case open until today. And that's what makes this story so fascinating. I mean, Alcatraz was supposed to be impossible to escape. Everyone agreed on that. The walls, the guards, the water, the currents, the whole system was built around one idea: nobody gets out. And then three men spent months quietly working on a plan, challenged that whole assumption, and they did what they did. Now, I'm not comparing a prison escape to a rocket company directly, but there is one market lesson here. Sometimes the consensus is just too confident. People say something cannot be done. Reusable rockets cannot work. A private company cannot compete with aerospace giants. SpaceX cannot go public with this kind of valuation. And then someone comes along and tests the whole system. So whether you love the valuation of SpaceX or hate it, I mean, this is the same theme. And the market is about to decide if SpaceX is just a great story, or if investors are willing to pay for the impossible and Elon's vision to become real. Enjoy the rest of the show, guys, with Peter and Carlos. I'll be back at 11 a.m. and talk to you soon, guys.
Excellent, Eamon. Always great stuff, man. I learned a ton. I knew they escaped, but I didn't know about the heads. Didn't know they actually use human heads. I didn't know that part. But I know the escape, and I knew about that they probably drowned because of currents. But I didn't know that they use real human heads.
They used paper. They made paper mache heads, but they used real hair.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, that's what it was. Okay. All right. I thought I was thinking like actual human heads. Like they probably cut some other inmates' heads and put it there. I'm like, wait, how did that? Okay, gotcha. Yeah. All right, friends. We are ready to rock and roll here. So far, our gappers list. Go ahead.
John Raff here in the comments. He woke up and chose violence, Carlos. His comment based on Eamon saying that, just because people say it's impossible, don't think it can't happen. That was what Eamon was saying, right? John says it's an excellent argument for a Spur comeback.
No, it's not going to happen. And actually, let's see how we do in our poll. I had a poll. We had a poll today. Let's see how the poll is doing
how did
here.
The poll go? What are the results?
Let's see. We have 30% Game 5. So all these believe the Knicks are going to win, just in a different game. Not Game 5, Game 6, Game 7. Okay, so they'll think this. I'm sorry, the Knicks are going to win. Excuse me. Knicks are going to win, and there's the percentage of what game. And 20%, we got 27% are Spurs fan or just hate the Knicks because this is not happening. But that's okay. 20% feel that the Spurs are going to come back from 3-1. I don't know, man. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. But
just because it doesn't normally happen. I mean, I guess they're all right. It doesn't mean it can't. But
like we say,
the chances are low.
So you say there's a chance. So you're saying there's a chance.
Exactly.
That's
so
an example.
There's a chance.
Right here.
A chance.
Yeah. We'll see. All right, friends. Finishing my list. So far right now, I got Tesla, Oracle. I added SMCI. We were talking about it very, very earlier in chat and also on YouTube with Ben and some other friends there. And SMCI looks good, I think. And Uncle D trades. SMCI looks good this morning. Big drop yesterday. Gave a beautiful short that me and you both missed, Peter. We were not looking at it, if you remember that. It was just textbook, and we were just not paying close attention to it. But in our defense, I don't know if we would have taken that trade given how choppy it was the few minutes before that. If you missed yesterday's live trading, by the way, we do live trading every day here from 9:30 when the market opens to about all the way to 12, really, because Eamon and Kyle come on. But look how choppy it was prior to that move taking place. So when it got here and did this, where me and Peter are going to take this trade, that's very hard to tell. Very hard to tell, right? And since then, that was the start of a beautiful run that went all the way down to, 28? Felt like it was 28. Maybe not. Maybe 33. Still a great move. It's still a $2 move just right there. But I thought it went lower. It did go lower. Yeah, it did go lower.
29.
Look at that. Yeah, it did go lower. So and it ran so much that it never really tested your entry. Like it got a good cushion out of the gates
Oh
here,
yeah.
and just kept going. So I believe me and Peter would have been. I probably would have gotten out somewhere here, maybe, but I think Peter would have ran this a much longer based on the
I
way he trades.
I was watching it, yeah, and throughout the day, and I'm like, what the heck? How did we miss this? But yeah, there was an
Yeah,
opportunity to enter, and that was missed. So, yeah,
yeah.
great move.
Have it on the
So, by
list.
the
Let's
way,
see how it does.
yeah, for
Yep.
everybody watching, for tomorrow, well, like Carlos, I know you've got a grad to go to, which I did my grad on Tuesday, or my
Yep.
daughter's. So there's that. You're going to a different type of grad ceremony, but uh we've got so we're going to be doing the show as usual tomorrow, but not quite as usual because we've got this big SpaceX IPO. So we're going to run the show as usual, but at noon, I think we're just going to keep her going. We're going to see if we can't
Yeah.
catch this SpaceX IPO live. Let's all trade together. Let's see what we can do on this, whether we take a trade or not. It's tough because we don't know when it's going to open, right? So who knows what's going to happen, but we'll progress. And of course, if it's Eamon and Kyle that are on when the thing opens, we'll all sort of jump in and have a big IPO party. If it happens a little bit later, well, we'll all stick around and we'll see what happens. Andrew should be joining us at some point in the morning, so we got a lot of stuff that's going to be going on. Should be a busy morning. We'll see how we do.
Yeah, absolutely, friends. Looking forward to that. So, yeah, SMCI adding to the list. Well, I won't be looking forward to that. Looking forward to it after I get out of my ceremony. People are asking who's graduating. No, my kid is having a moving up ceremony tomorrow, and then my daughter's has it on the 20 something. It's coming up again too. So we got that
It was
going.
like the 17th or something.
17? Yeah,
is that
my
something
wife sent me
different?
the. No, it's the same thing. It's two moving up ceremonies, different days, different schools. And I think my wife's got the schedule. She's like, you need to take these 2 days off. We got moving up ceremonies. I think tomorrow is my son and my daughter, and the following is my son and my daughter. All I know is I'm there. We're gonna be celebrating. I'm gonna be sitting down watching kids sing while you guys trade SpaceX IPO. All right, so
that's more important, Carlos.
That's more important. But I want to
100%.
hear great stories from you guys when I come
right.
back on Monday.
Okay,
So
we'll do our best to do you proud.
absolutely. And Peter, if you're gonna hold some shares, buy 5 shares for me.
Okay.
Awesome. All right,
we'll
friends.
Are you
Trade
covering
on my
my
phone.
losses if it doesn't go well, or is it all?
No,
on
no.
me?
We'll treat it like a funded account. I want you to sponsor me. Okay.
Okay.
That's how we're gonna do
All
this.
All right, that sounds actually like a good deal for you because you're
Yeah.
like there's no downside. Yeah, it's like just like a funded account. Yeah, that's
Exactly. There it is.
perfect. Yeah, okay, all right, I like it.
All right, friends. All right, let's go to you guys. We got 15 minutes, less than 15 minutes to the market open. What do you guys like as far as the watch list this morning? I have 3 that I actually like very much. Then let me show you what they look like. Tesla looks good here. I like Oracle today after earnings last night. We'll see what the action is going to be. Tons of volume today. And then I also like SMCI actually moving well, so well yesterday and even today already. Look at the pre-market action. We got a lot of movement. I just noticed the volume. 31 million shares traded for SMCI. So, wow, that thing is rocking. We don't see that every day. So 31 million shares traded on SMCI already. Let's take a look at MRVL, being mentioned by our good buddy Noshi Pyrali. MRVL up 4.8 this morning, 2.9 million shares traded. I love the daily on this stock. We know it can move well. You can get, $5-10 fairly quickly, and I'm not going to say easy, but fairly quickly on this thing. And I got to tell you, for a stock that's priced at this 265 range, it does move pretty well. There's a lot of stocks that don't do that. So MRVL, is it in play today? Peter, what's your thoughts on this one?
It has been in play. It certainly was in play yesterday. Not an easy stock, I would say, to find the right move on, but it definitely has been in play. So, yeah, I like it more than I thought I would. If you'd asked me like a week and a half ago, I would have said, "Oh man, I don't know, it's okay, but not great." But look at, like you said, the daily. Just look at the movement, right? Almost every single day over the last week and a half, it's been rocking. It's been in play. So yeah, I mean, you might as well. Somebody's going to watch it for us.
Yeah, I'll put on a I'm debating primary, secondary. I'll put on a primary for now. If we get more tickers that I like better, I might just slide that over. Because I know you're gonna watch AMD. I know we're gonna watch NVIDIA. I know you're gonna call those out. So instead of wasting a space on those two, I'll let people call out if they see something great on that one. Because right now, they're just they gapped up a little bit. They're both looking the same, just sideways for the most part. AMD's up 2%. NVIDIA is up 0.5%. So, yeah, we'll see where it goes. Daily on both of them, especially NVIDIA, very interesting. Over the last couple of days, you can see here the weakness that the market has put on these semiconductors. NVIDIA, of course, one of them. Look at the drop here. So, we'll see how things go there. What else we have? Intel. Yes, Intel's one that's been heavily in play. I'm not a fan of Intel, man. And I tried trading it. I tried watching it a couple of times. I just don't trade the stock well, and I got to come to that realization. This is not one that goes on my list, right? So it is in play. I think people can do really, really well on it. I cannot. I think the last 2 or 3 times that we traded it did not do well. Just can't read the price action, so I'm going to keep it off my list. But it is in play. It is in play. If you like it, definitely add it to your bag of deck there. Your bag of chips, not chips. I'm thinking
your
Intel.
bag of chips.
Bag of chips. Actually, you know what? Add it to your bag of chips. That whatever. We'll do that.
Why
that
not?
goes. Why not?
Big bag of spaghetti.
There it is. All right, GE. No, not really tradable. Really light volume. They normally don't trade very well, so I'm gonna skip on these guys. So we'll leave those alone. CCJ, you got a couple here, Medi. So not a whole lot going on there. Let's look at Apple. So you have Apple, but I see that the stocks you probably have a style that works well with these type of tickers, because if I look at GE and CCJ, they look the same, right? So I think you have a strategy that works well with that. And that's important, guys. Your strategy, some of the stuff that we say, hey, this looks like crap, is not in play, well, your strategy can work very, very well. So I see you got something going on there. How about Apple? Apple has not done well in the last 2 days, 3 days actually. It's a nice little pullback here. They stopped the bleeding yesterday. Today going sideways. I'm inclined to watch this just because we know how Apple can be so resilient and be back at all-time highs in a matter of days. So is today the day? Does it need the market help to actually get going higher? Not sure, but I like the daily. I know it's quiet, but usually that's what Apple does. It goes, it flies under the radar. We don't put it on our watch list. Next thing you know, we're reviewing our stocks, and Apple is up huge with a beautiful pre-market open. So with a beautiful intraday open. So I'm going to watch it. And let's see if today's going to be one of those days. But right now, doing what Apple does, just very quiet here, not doing a whole lot. Peter?
It's a FOMO watch. You're just watching it for FOMO.
Yeah, I think so, man. I think that is a FOMO type watch. I'll have to agree with that. All right, that's what I have. Peter, let's go to our community events and announcements. Let's see what's going on there. We'll start with our website. Head over to bearwithtrades.com. You can click on webinars, scroll to the bottom, and you can see what's happening. Today is Thursday. Yes, Thursday.
Well, in my little community, the most important event happening right now is that it is my youngest daughter's birthday. So happy birthday, Gabrielle.
Happy birthday.
She is celebrating today, born in 1999. So there you go, 99. So anyways, she's not happy as as funny as they well, my older two have crossed the 30 age threshold, right? So that I guess if I think back, that was traumatic. Anybody recently turned 30 or older? It's like 30 seems to be one that just gets people, because you're no longer a 20 something, right? So,
yeah.
And because I think at the earlier ages, you want to be older, right? Like you're excited to get older. And then when you're sort of like, you go from your early 20s to your mid 20s, but that's okay, because, you can be maturing, but still young. And then 30 seems to be the age where people realize that they actually have to adult seriously. And that seems to be a bummer.
That is so true. Like I remember trying to get to 25, like 21, of course, 18, 21. But then 25 is like, okay, I could really do adult stuff now. I can actually rent a car. Everyone rent me a car before 25, right? So 25 is like where you want to get to. And then from there, you're right, 30 is like, okay, this thing has to slow down. This is not, why am I getting older? Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yes,
so,
yes.
So there you go. Her now. Well, anyway, she's not 30 yet. So, but she's just 27, I guess. So in this year, but she's getting there. So she's heading to her late 20s. So has to deal with it. Deal with it. Any event. All right, guys. In our trading community, our Bear Bull traders, we always have activities happening. Starting with our daily or our midday sessions. What I'm trying to say, we have an options trading session that happens at noon. All of these, by the way, today are for our elite members. So if you're an elite member, you can attend all these sessions. Options trading happens at noon. At 1 o'clock, Kyle takes over and talks about Market Atlas. He does that after he's live with you here on YouTube. And then tonight we've got Gary that's going to take over and do our evening mentorship session. So those are the 3 sessions for today: noon, 1, and 8 p.m. for all of our elite members in the Bear Bull Trading webinar room. If you want to join the trading community and the chat room, well, the place to go is bearbulltraders.com, and you can find the different membership options and sign up. It's a great community. So hopefully you will look it up and check it out, because it's great to trade with others, and especially if you're an all-day trader, you need that community around you. It's one thing to just listen to Carlos and I at the open. It's another to have the experts like Brian and Andrew trade live with you, right? And then of course all the other traders that are always sharing their trades. Carlos always gives you a snippet of some of the great trades that they take that we bring in. So yeah, you got to check it out. bearbulltraders.com is the place to be. So.
All right, excellent, friends. Just over 6 minutes here for the market open. Let's get some levels in place, and then we'll get rocking and rolling here. So we'll look at Tesla this morning. So if we pull up Tesla here on the daily, right now you got plenty of levels, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. I am going to mark down the high of the pre-market 389.90. The low is down at 382.90. Once you do that, you got plenty of stuff there. Look at how wide the days have been on Tesla, with mainly a lot of sell-offs happening because of the overall market. Here we do have another level in between these daily levels here, 406.61. I think it's worth noting down. And then if we head to the left, once some level starts to downside, the big levels is 373.76 right here. Big level, a lot of support happening there, and you got like a range between back and forth between the previous day close and this 373. So let's see if that's going to hold. If it's going to hold the previous day close, which we're kind of bouncing from this morning, and see what the market pressure is going to be as we go into the market open today. Next is Oracle. As you guys might know by now, earnings last night. Again, analysts thought they spent too much on AI data or whatever it is, right? But some more information is coming out. They're saying that they spent too much to make the money that they made, right, than they forecast. So we'll see what happens. Now, 189 is the high of the pre-market. 179.43 is the low. And towards the top, guys, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, doing a great job. We have a level in here that's worth noting as well, 193.87. Got a couple of days slamming into that. And then below this, we do have a level at 173.64 and down at 167.54. So just levels up and down from where our price is right now. Pre-market action, by the way, looks great. Look how beautiful and clean this is. And Oracle can trade very good. We've seen it do that many times in the past. Next is SMCI. What a great, every time I look at this chart, I'm like, wow, we missed a great opportunity yesterday. But we're here today for it again. Already pre-market action, tons of volume, hitting 42 million shares traded now. High of the pre-market 32.86. The low is 28.44. If we scroll to the left here, let's take a look at some levels right on. Here's a good one, 31.16. And then here below the previous day close, the low of the pre-market today, which we're trying to hold as we go into the red. It's funny, we're gapping up pretty good at 32, back down below the previous day close at 28.51. And the next level below that one is 27.74, and maybe actually a good one, 26.78. So I like that ticker for sure, trading very well. MRVL is next. This one, let me get the daily to zoom in where it needs to be. Here it is. So again, some really wide candles on the daily. Be careful on the share side. I think last time we traded this, we gave it like it felt like a $4 stop. That's just how much the stock moves. It probably was less than that, but it felt that way. 265.95 is the high. The low is a 253.50. 253.45 actually. So we'll get those levels a little bit closer there where they need to be. There we go. And then highs and lows for the last two trading days surrounding the price action. We do have more levels towards the bottom. We got this clean gap up, and the next level on the daily is 224.40, because I believe that is our all-time highs, right? We haven't not been up here after we did this gap up here. So not much level within this zone right there. Last but not least is going to be Apple. Apple is my FOMO watch for today, as Peter calls it, and I agree. It's not doing anything right now, but we're going to watch it. I think it could be the sleeper. This will be the sleeper for today. 293.71 is the high. The low is down at 291.73, and then you're surrounded by the highs and lows of the last two trading days. So again, not doing a whole lot right now. Pretty quiet, but man, how many times have we seen Apple do this and then have an amazing trading day? Look at that. It's already listening to me, starting to move towards the high of the pre-market. So it's already putting in some work as we're 2 minutes from the market. What's happening? Is this everything or it's just Apple? All right, very nice. 2 minutes from the market open.
Apple?
I'm pumping it, baby. I'm pumping it. I'm telling you, it's a sleeper. It's doing some stuff. Peter, what is our team watching today as we get ready for the open?
All right. Well, they're starting to get their list together. For my sake, I'm going to be watching. Well, jokingly said I was going to be watching Lovesac. I'm not really going to be watching Lovesac. But I am going to be watching Tesla, NVIDIA, Oracle. Carlos, Andrew's getting ready early here. You got to pull up a picture of Andrew, by the way, in the community from the chat room.
No freaking
Gary. Anyways, I'll keep going here. Gary's going to be watching Intel. Eamon, he's got potential longs on Apple and Hood. We haven't talked about Hood, but a few people have been watching it over the last little while, so that's worth keeping an eye on. We've got Brian, who's also watching Hood. He's also watching Tesla, NVIDIA, and Intel. Kyle is going to be watching NVDL, SMCI, TSLA, and Citigroup? Oh, that's weird. Okay, and then Mike is going to be watching Tesla, Oracle, and the MESM. So there you go. Andrew's got his
that is awesome,
man. I thought he was
that
doing that
awesome.
Tomorrow.
He's preparing today.
We were going to do that. He's ready early. So
guys, if that does not deserve a like,
that's why
I don't know what else.
Excited to.
I don't know what else does.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So we're about to go to the open here. Let's see. The open is coming, Carlos.
Threw me off, but it was so worth it. It was so worth it.
Yeah. I saw that too. As I was checking what people had on their gappers list, I see Andrew in this Spaceman effort. Okay, here we go, guys. Opening bell. Let's get ready for this morning. We'll see if Oracle does anything that we can trade on. As you said, Intel.
All right, let's see what we got Apple here. Nothing can go wrong after looking at that. Oh my goodness, I love it. All right, let's see, friends. See what the action is. Let's see what Apple does. Apple started rocking here and now dropping hard. Look at the 5 minute on Apple, up and right back down. This looks very interesting. Yeah, I like that. Looks interesting. Let's see if it amounts to anything. SMCI is one of my favorites today. I think it can trade very well. We'll see what it does here.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not sure. I'm not convinced, but we'll see what it does.
I can't stop NVIDIA.
NVIDIA being pushed higher. All right, I'm going to wait. I don't have any open trades. I don't have anything that's sort of set up for the open, so I'm going to wait to see what we get in terms of maybe a pullback and then a directional move. Because again, is this market going to go up or down? I don't know at this point. Right now, it looks like down, but it's tough to say.
SMCI pushing higher. I like SMCI today. Love the volume, guys. 52 million shares traded. 5 million this candle alone. It's just rocking. To the moon, Gurkha. Yes. 6 to the moon. Oracle lower. There's a lot of great stuff today, man. I've been aggressive. This week aggressive has not paid off for me. But I don't want to switch from non-aggressive just yet because it's been working. So I don't know. Let's see. Oracle dropping here. Where is the action today? Look at Tesla. Tesla, very, very nice. You know, if I lose money today, it's Andrew's fault.
Is it?
Oh my goodness. I love it. All right, let's go. Let's focus in. Lock in, guys. Lock in. All right, let's see here. Oracle. SMCI. Let's see here. SMCI pulling back, losing some. Man, the volume is coming in weird on SMCI. It's like you guys just saw how that just came in. Somebody just dropped 1 million shares that quickly and just posted up. And it wasn't a smooth, gradual volume. It's just like slammed. Now, I don't know if that was the way I received it or the way it was done, but it was very weird. Like it here for a possible play higher. It's been down, so it could be an opportunity. Let's take a look. Peter, anything you loving this morning that you got your eye on?
I'm watching NVIDIA just to see what it's going to do, but it's looking really uncertain here, so I don't know about NVIDIA.
Gotcha.
That pop and drop, I was thinking about a short on NVIDIA, but it didn't. Now I just don't know. It's tough to say. The orders do seem to be building to the downside, but in the meantime, it's holding this area well, which we've seen NVIDIA do many times. So,
I like SMCI, guys. Let's see if it can do something here. What else? Apple lower. What a big drop on Apple. MRVL sideways. SMCI trying to get going. Oracle lower. Tesla. We're coming up on 5 minutes. I'm trying to see where the best potential is. Mo, you're calling out AMD. AMD doing its thing. Oracle, let's see here. Tesla showing some action. All right, no 1 minute ORB, so we'll start looking for 5 minute ORB now. And let's see if we have something here. MRVL going above the VWAP. OCL, what is that? OCL, it's not a ticker. You meant Oracle probably, right? Or ORCL. I think you meant Oracle. Yeah, I do see it dropping here. Why is the charts are loading weird for me? I'm gonna 1 second, guys. Gonna just close out. Like the volume is popping in pretty weird for me, so I'm just gonna close out. Yeah, I think it might be me, but let me see. All right, we're back on it. Let's see what we got. We're looking. Oh, look at Tesla's pullback. Oh, it's perfect. On the 5 minute, looks great. Very wide candle, but I love where it's happening here. Right at the previous day close, breaking below it. Okay, I'm gonna try short Tesla. Short Tesla, 5 minute ORB. I know the candle looks very wide, but I like that we're breaking below the previous day close. See if we can get a continuation move here. Stop loss, not VWAP, of course, way too far out. We're looking at the top of this candle this week, 389, 383, right here. 383 is our stop. See if we can get the breakdown on Apple. I'm sorry, I keep saying Apple. Tesla, excuse me, guys. Tesla.
You got Apple on the brain today.
I know, I do. FOMO. The FOMO's kicking in. So let's see. What will be the next level if we do break down? The daily. The low from yesterday is right here, 380.19. And the next one is very far out, 373 is the big one. We might not gonna get there right away, so it might be 378.97. But let's see if we can even break from this 380. This is the low from yesterday. Let's see if we can break from there. That's the first challenge. It's the first challenge. SMCI back down. Not a great trade right now. Oracle, Tesla. Tesla's not selling off here. Still holding on to the previous day close. 383 is our stop, friends. We'll get out there. Let's see if we can get the drop. What else do we got? What else, friends? What do you guys like this morning? Yeah, I like the Tesla short. I just don't like what it's doing right now. Coming up towards that 383. That's where we have to stop out. $2 stop on it for me. I don't like. I didn't like this push up above the previous day close, because now it's like we're battling against it. Now it could become support. I love the way we broke down from it here. I love the test, but we just need that. We need that flush quickly. If not, it's not going to be a good look. I love the 5 minute on it. Look at the selling pressure. Love the pullback. I mean, everything is great as far as the technicals. The challenge with this is it is a big drop. We are extended, you know, it can come back to the VS. So you have those challenges here, which I normally don't take. 5 minute RB with such a wide candle. I'm only doing this because we had a nice pullback, and also we had the previous day close. I hope there's some traders trading this short for the previous day close breakout that can get the momentum going. But, you know, that's always a bit of a challenge. If we don't do it now, it's going to be bad.
Microsoft's on its 9th day of selling.
Wow. This is your time. Yeah, see, then that was the time to do it. If you can't do it here, you start pushing up off the previous day close. That's not going to be good. Our stop 383. That is what we'll bay on this one. Let's see.
Yep. Okay. Well, I'm just as happy to have stayed out of NVDA, although Microsoft looks like it was certainly the better short. That got a pop and a drop. Amazon did the same thing. Where are we going on this market?
I don't know, but I know where Tesla's going, and not in the direction I need it.
Apple is back at VWAP, gone green again.
All right, 383 is our stop, guys. We're holding. We're just barely holding on here. Here's our stop. Just dabbling back and forth. Actually, we're good, but just gotta get below the previous day close. That's important. Gotta get below that. We don't want that becoming support.
Well, you're there now, so
yeah.
can hold.
But look how quickly it comes back up. You see that?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't love that.
Candle trend count. M1 Lou. I can't say that I have.
We're taking too long. We are taking way too long. I want to be patient here, but we're taking too long. Hopefully you guys are doing well today. Sorry for the background noise. Today I do got the AC on blast because it feels already like 100 degrees. We have a heat wave coming today. Normally I keep the AC off. I'm not have to worry about it all the way until about noon when it starts burning in here. But today came out and it's already like 100. It feels brutal out there, very humid. So if you're in the Northeast, be careful out there. Some heat wave advisory. Yeah, I'm trying, man. I'm trying to be patient here. But it's definitely not doing as fast as I would like. Now we're looking good. They were stay below the previous day close, grasshopper. Let's just do what we have to do. There we go. Let's get a 380. Let's get the flush. Market ad is looking great towards all the way down 379. We got 375. We got a bunch of orders towards the bottom there. So we are looking more bearish on Atlas, Market Atlas, by tradingterminal.com, friends. If you want tools to get started, tradingterminal.com gets you in, right? So a lot of tools there are available for you. All right, let's see if we can get this action to go lower. Candy, you took SMCI. Can't wait to see that. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice drop on SMCI. Tesla, stop playing with my feelings. Just drop. It's just previous day close is going to be a problem. I can see it here. I'm going to 383. It's my stop. Where we just right below it. Can we survive it? I don't think we will. We're trying. Where are the sellers? Hold the line.
Hold the line.
Levels, do your job. Oh my, that is so close. No, don't do it. There it is. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it. Oh man, it is. This week is making me work. I am working this week, man. It has been just a sea of red for me. I haven't had a week like this in a very long. We have rush stretches. Everybody does. Every trader does. But a week? What's going on here? Did I lose the mojo? I gotta go work in oh.
No, it's within the bounds, Carlos, of probability, right? Like
I know,
happen, so
man.
But yeah, it's distressing when it happens.
Do I gotta go work for 99 Ranch? What's going on here? Gotta go back to 9 to 5? Oh man. Alright, we still got a lot of days for this month. We'll make it work, but man, this sucks when you're down. I like starting the month up. And then yeah, if you dip down, that's okay. But starting in the hole sucks. Oh my goodness. Yeah. All right, came mad at that trade. It is what it is. You know, we man, that would look clean, but we just couldn't sell off. Could not sell off. All right, let's see what else we got going on. SMCI also coming back up here. So you did get a nice sell off, Candy. Hopefully you took some partials on this one. MRVL, nothing. Apple is interesting. Not doing anything just yet, but definitely interesting. And what else? What else do we have?
Trading Intel. He's looks like he's, I don't know what, I guess he's went long on Intel. He's got this move. He's an amazing trader. I'll give him that.
Who is?
Andrew.
Oh, unbelievable. Yeah. This is,
he always manages to
find
the
so
thing
today he's trading from the moon. I got it. You know what? I said if I'm unfocused today, it's
there you go. You can blame him.
Oh my God, this looks so good. He had like a fake microphone. He has like a fake microphone attached. Yeah. That is just awesome. Friends, where else can you learn how to trade, have fun at the same time here at Bear with Trades? I mean, this is just unbelievable. What a community, man.
How he's not overheating, I don't know, man.
Nah, they probably keep that office nice and cool.
Looks hot.
The funny thing is that
spike.
One more last thing. He looks like he's in space because he got like the lights is like blaring. Like it actually looks like that's the sun hitting him.
Yeah, that's he's got the lighting going too. A big spike on NVDA here too, high of day. So that's good for Andrew's Intel trade. Look at this. NVIDIA just did not want to drop. I'm glad I didn't try and push a short on that.
Things are pushing up. Look at Tesla. Tesla and Apple both getting above the VWAP here. So that is nice. I'm thinking one is could be a good VWAP breakout, but I want to see again, when you're not trading well, or not that I'm not trading well, but when things are not turning out the way you want to, no B setups, no category 2 trades, only A quality setups. Like don't settle for nothing that's not AA++. And that's what I'm going to do now until we find our next couple of win streak here. So A+ setup only, guys. Everything has to be tight. I mean, you should trade like that all the times, but you do get a little bit loose when things are working well and you're being aggressive. It happens. I'm tightening up, as you see here, only A quality setups. So that's what we're going to go with. Here's Tesla above the VWAP. Apple, I didn't consider this a VWAP breakout because this candle was not, I guess, into above enough the VWAP, so that's why I didn't jump in it. But if you did, I get it. This still looks good for a long play, but it didn't look for the way we like to see it. Now Tesla, on the other hand, is doing that, but we'll see what the next couple of candles look like here. But it is giving a nice pullback here. The combination of these two candles is the break, and we'll see this a long opportunity on it. We got 3 more seconds to the next candle. Let's see what that entails. Let's see where we go. Getting another pullback. Yeah, not sure if I love this. Yeah, we definitely don't love this for long at all.
No, it's
no, it's falling apart. Yeah, falling apart.
I don't think we're gonna get a very strong directional morning. That's my feel so far, but we'll see.
Yeah, not good, not good. Okay. Might be coming back up here. I just don't know. Like I said, are we going to go into this sideways action again into like 10:30? Like, what's the plan? Because after 10:30, we had amazing trade. Look at SMCI, same thing. Are we going sideways for the next couple of minutes before we decide to do something? SPY is trying to get something going to the upside.
I'm not feeling it.
SMCI, MRVL, Google. Matt, he told me about Google. Oh yeah, Google's nice, beautiful drop. And he told me about what's the other one, GE. Yeah, I see it. I just don't know how I would have traded. I personally would have traded this, right? But
Intel's to me a good example this morning of why you need to have very specific strategies. So you know what you're looking for. Like, because look at Intel. It's got a 1 minute engulfing candle, but it engulfed all above the VWAP, and basically it turned out to be sort of that VWAP support breakout. So if you just play, oh look, there's a 1 minute engulfing candle, you would have been, stopped out on a short. But you've got to also understand the position on the chart and what the orders are telling. I mean, I wasn't looking at the Atlas on Intel, but it's just it's never as easy as a single indicator. You've got to have a combination of things to give you an idea of where what the stock is most likely to do.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So we got NVIDIA bouncing off of VWAP here. Now it looks better for a long, but we'll have to see if we get market support.
Oh man, did I miss that on Tesla? Now it looks good, but the market is pushing higher. It's just so market dependent. Seems like right now. Market is pushing higher. This will give us the same entry. Yeah, let's go. All right. Long Tesla here. Stop loss is at VWAP now, slightly below it. So I would have gotten in here. So I'm taking advantage of this pullback. Not gonna get the best entry, unfortunately. We missed the entry signal there. This looks clean. Yes, we did dip below a little bit on the VWAP, but we see that. That's okay. When you come back up like this, it's perfectly fine. You can still trade as a VWAP breakout. But we just need the SPY. The SPY has to run. High of the day is our target, 388. And the other one you mentioned was NVDA. NVDA as well. Doing the exact same thing. Ready to go to space, says Andrew in chat. Oh, we know you are, man. Oh, that is beautiful. I need this stock to go to space now for sure, Andrew. If you're listening, I need it to go to space. Here's, if you missed it earlier, here's Andrew's picture. He looks like one of the astronauts that came back from the moon successfully, and he's trying to go to the moon with Intel this morning on his long. And I'm trying to go with Tesla to the moon here too. So let's see.
There you go. So Carlos, do you want to handle this? Look at Traveler 198 is questioning our approach here.
Yeah, let's do it. Where is it? Guys, do any of you have specific strategy? You seem to be more betting rather than the technical analysis and strategy base. Yeah, we don't actually talk in detail about the strategy here itself. You'll have to watch the videos, and I do have a free one actually right on the YouTube channel. So go to YouTube and look up VWAP strategy, and you're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about. I'll give you a bunch of examples. I'll give you a bunch of things of what we're doing. So once you look at that video, then you'll understand what we're doing here, right? But every trade is a strategy. Every single trade. This one here is the. Let's take my example today since I got a couple. Here's the 5-minute ORB, right? So here's your 5-minute ORB pullback. We're going in short. Doesn't work, we're out. Right here now is the VWAP breakout, which many people in chat, we've been training this for a while. It's a strategy that works very, very well. For me, the breakout, the pullback, the confirmation, this is all very detailed on my trade book. So, and we got a copy of that as well for you guys. You can look at it in our YouTube channel, and if you're a member, you get the actual breakdown of the strategy. We go long on the confirmation. So although it might seem like it's random, trust me, there's a lot of thought process, a lot of work that has been put in to be able to trade what it might seem somewhat effortlessly or random. There's a lot of work that was put in on the back end to be able to take these trades, right? Based on these strategies. So we're not just taking them, But here we won't talk through the whole thing, because then if we talk through every single thing that we're looking at, then we know we might miss the move, and or we might bore people to death that have already seen the strategy on the videos, right? They know exactly what we're trying to do. And sometimes you guys call out amazing trades. Like you guys will call out amazing trades. Like Mo had did a few trades last week that he called out for me that worked out excellent, because he knows the way I trade, so he knows what I'm looking for. He knows the criteria. So has Medi, Candy, Melanie. All these people here have called out possible opportunities. So let's see if Tesla can actually get the move. Oh, go ahead, Peter. You can definitely add to that, please.
Yeah. No, let's hope Tesla can move for you. But it's a good question, right? Because it can always seem it always seems random, especially when we're just talking through. Hey, here's what we see, and yeah, there's an element of momentum, especially when you're trading the open. But you've got to have written strategies. Carlos, like on my screen, I've got a number of documented strategies that we have what we call a trade book, where you can write out your strategies. You sort of enter, what am I looking for? What are the signals? What are the entry criteria? What's my trade management plan? How do I do all that stuff? So I've got a number of things on my trade book here. You hear me at the open often talking about a rising devil. Usually that's the one I look for, because I'm a short bias trader or a fallen angel type strategy. So those are the two I trade at the open. Then the parabolic reversals come later. The mountain pass is probably my signature trade book, and that looks something like this. I've got a very defined strategy on it, where I've got a whole bunch of criteria that I'm looking for my mountain pass. So what can look like a sort of a momentum based, you're just sort of making a market judgment, has a whole bunch of criteria, and then there's more detail behind what I'm looking for on my strategy. So yeah, we've got all the stuff. This is the stuff that we teach and we focus on at Bear Bull Traders. So but it's a good question. And
it's a great question, and we catch ourselves sometimes. Like we'll say something like this. I use this all the time, and I'll say, "Oh, this looks good," but there's a lot to just this looks good, right? There's a lot behind that just looks good. It's more like this matches this criteria, this. That's why I'm taking the trade. So
Right.
So travelers, I think you might be new to the channel, man. Thank you for joining. And great questions. I'm sure there are other people that probably have the same question or just had the same thought and just never asked it. But thank you for joining us, and hopefully you can subscribe, and we'd love to have you back here on the channel. With that, guys, I took a partial because I think Tesla is struggling here. So I took a bit off just in case we're not going to continue. So parceling there. My target is actually where we're at right now. It's right here, the high of the day. I would love to get through 89, but we are actually at that target. So let's see if we can push higher. But I think a lot of it is depending on the SPY as well and what that wants to do. So we'll take a look. What is our low flow of the day doing? EDH. Halted to the downside right now on EDH, so not good. Did rally all the way to 18 in the pre-market. Now it seems like it's letting gravity take a hold of the situation. As we keep with our space theme for today and tomorrow. I'm sure it's gonna be we're gonna be talking about space tickers, which is awesome. It really is awesome. Did we look at STI? For some reason I have STI here, but that must have been from yesterday because there's nothing going on with it. Let's delete that. METN, QH is another one. Low flow for today. That got a couple of halts already. Nothing to see there. And let's see. All right, Tesla. Are we putting in the work today on Tesla?
Do it.
Let's do it. 389 would be awesome. All sins will be forgiven for the previous trade that did not work if this one goes to 389.
I should go 390.
I know, right? Love it. Okay, let's see. It's trying. It's trying. Thanks, Candy. Appreciate it. And I sometimes feel like I don't have a lot of patience. Like I get impatient very quickly. Sometimes I feel like that, but if you're saying I have patience, I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, trying to get the break here, 389. But the market is. Well, funny, the market's not pushing higher, but Tesla's kind of doing his own thing a little bit. But I'm looking at the SPY, and if we get another drop there, I'm going to take a partial. Yeah, I'm going to take a partial. Just because I think 20% this time. We take a lot off, because if the market's going to do what I think it's about to do, it might put some pressure on Tesla. So another partial. I don't want to be all out on the trade because I think it can go higher. But I don't want the market derailing us here if it goes slower.
All right, still no trades for me. I don't have anything yet this morning. I'm watching, keeping an eye on Microsoft. I'm watching NVDA. What else? Apple's been weird. Apple sort of was moving lower, and then it, did a nice steady move back to sort of the high of day. Now it's going all the way back to the low. So
yeah.
I mean, they look nice and smooth, but there's not a lot of predictability in that move. I find that a little odd. So.
All right, well, SPY's moving higher. That's good. Come on, move higher. And Tesla is liking it a little bit, I guess. Okay, here we go. You took 50% off. I took my 50% partial on Tesla with this struggle. I get it. It looked ugly. And if the SPY would have dropped to like 729, this thing I think would have fell apart. Now it did bounce here, so that's good. And I'm going to try to see if we can get 389.87, which is, I believe, that our high of our pre-market. Oh, now we're getting the move, guys. Okay, this is close enough with partial here. Oh, right at the top. Love it. Finally. Finally. There we
390.
go, guys. Another partial here is a great move we're getting now. And let's see if that can continue. So we're
There
breaking
you
the
go.
high of
Does
the
that make you
pre-market.
feel a little bit better, Carlos?
Oh, yes. I am feeling much
Yeah,
better.
that's good. That's good.
Oh, man. This week has been rough.
That's-
So finally to get a winner in here is nice.
Yeah, that's
Nice,
good.
nice. It's making us work. All right, but a couple of partials here, and we'll see if it can hold as we're pushing higher. But it's so market dependent. Like you look at the SPY, and it's just like whatever the SPY is doing, that is what Tesla seems to be following. So. We'll see here. If it can continue. All right. All right, Tesla dropping down. Well, what's everything else doing? Apple in the red, MRVL sideways, SMCI also very sideways, Oracle trying to move higher, and NVDA trying to move higher as well. So I took another small long after Intel. Yeah, let me put Intel here. NTC. Let's see what's going on there. NTC this morning. Yeah, beautiful move. Beautiful move on INTC. Very, very nice. All right, let's see what Tesla does. See if it's going to hold in this pullback. But again, it's not Tesla. It's just, look at the SPY. It looks exactly the same on the actual pullbacks and the way it's trading. Just a lot of little stuff that's going on with Tesla being able to do his own style of trading. But a great move from the low. Even if you took a reversal from the previous day close, a really big move. I'm getting in at the VI breakout, but if you took it from down here, you have a real nice move on this one. What made me go along with Tesla with such a wide stop? Yeah, Tesla, I usually give Tesla a pretty decent stop. Tesla, NVIDIA, MU. NVIDIA not so much. Like NVIDIA looks like it moves a lot, but it doesn't move a lot. Nowhere near what Tesla and some other ones, like even AMD moves a lot more now. But yeah, it has to be below the VF for me, right? So the setup has to be slightly below the VF. So if you look at it, you're giving it roughly about $2 stop, to try to make 4, and which is not, 4 or better. Obviously, it's not far-fetched for Tesla to do that type of move, right? So that's not something that you're gonna have a problem getting with Tesla. Like you see here, our entry on Tesla is 385.72, and if you look at 385.72, we're getting partial at 389, right? So that's awesome, man. Obviously I would love higher, but if you can get that move, you're in good shape. Thanks, Andrew. Thank you, sir. Andrew with his space suit. Obviously, did he walk to the office with that? That would have been nice. I would pay to see that. He walked down from his building into the office. I think you're on mute, Peter. Hopefully you haven't been on mute for too long.
I'm sorry. I've been talking on mute this whole time. Yeah, he could very well have walked to the office, but it was early enough in Vancouver that nobody would have noticed.
That's
and
true.
Of course, it is also Vancouver, which means nobody might have commented. It would have just been, just another dude doing unusual things.
Yeah. Yeah, Vancouver's they're very quiet. Quiet.
Well,
don't know if that's good or bad. Everybody's just in their zone, you know. So.
But it's funny because people would not say things in different cities for different reasons. Like
Yes.
New York.
New York.
In New
They're
York,
not gonna say
York,
anything.
like
Like, oh.
New York City, you could walk down the street in that, and everybody's just like, it's just another day in New York, right?
Yeah.
Like, it would be-
Nobody's gonna
it
skip
would
a
be
beat.
nothing.
That's it.
Yeah.
I agree.
They would assume that you're going maybe to a job interview, or you're going
Yeah.
to work at Times Square or something, or who knows, right?
Yeah, it'll be literally very normal, very
Yeah.
very normal. It's not a problem.
Now you walk down the street here, you'd get a whole bunch of looks, but no one would say anything because they'd probably be too polite. But
Hmm.
all right,
I
I'm still
see.
watching, waiting for what I like for a setup.
Yep.
Nothing yet. I'm watching. I like AMD here at this high. Just I don't know what it's going to do. It's sort of just moving sideways at the moment, but we'll see where it goes.
The
Apple,
Met Gala
so-
or any of those other events, Soup Nazi 2026. Yeah. Agreed. All right, let's see if Tesla wants to go higher. Here's where some people will be adding. Now, I'm not an adding type trader, but here's I can see people adding off the 20, off the 9, you know, for a push up higher. But I don't really add to my trades. What else? Friends, how are we doing? 301 likes so far. That is awesome. I'm going to hit it myself because I forgot to do it this morning. And let me refresh it. And here it is, 303. So that is awesome. Almost to our goal. Our goal is 500. And that is usually what we look for. All right, I'm going to take... I think this fund might be over, guys. Should I take some more off? I'm just looking at... Yeah, I'm going to actually... We'll do this because I don't want to be completely out, but I am going to take half off here. So now this, we have only a little bit left. If we come back to break even,
Put
it's
some more in the bank, eh?
not an issue. Yeah. Because this covers the losses and it gives us a little bit more, which is nice. But if I hold everything down to break even, then I'll just cover the loss and then not take anything home. So that's not good. We want to make sure we take a little bit with us if we can. If we can.
Take a little bit with it.
Yes. Let's get some of the
You're
top,
playing,
you know?
You're playing your P&L, though. That's always,
Yeah, well, I was going to take a partial no matter what. I just didn't know how much I was going to take. Because I think the move might be over, yeah. I was going to take a partial regardless because I'm looking at the SPY, and it looks like a double top on the 1 minute. Like it's going back down to VWAP. It looks very weak. And the way Tesla's been reacting to the SPY, I think it's going to go down. So it was I did take off 50% based on the P&L for sure. For sure. That I did do. Yeah, look at the market drop here. Now this will be a test for Tesla. Is Tesla really going to hold this own and stay higher? I doubt it. No, this is too much pressure. I'm out all the Tesla guys right here. So Tesla, I think it's gonna come back to the V up. So I'm out of it. Great move. Would have loved to see this break above the pre-market high level that we have here, 389. But I think it's time to call it a trade on this one. Oracle is going lower, as we see here. Yeah, everything's still looking rather weak right now.
There was I'm looking at the break on Microsoft here and thinking that there was, I don't know, I didn't really trust it to take the short below the VWAP. It wasn't as structured of a drop as I normally look for. So
sorry, which one?
Oh, Microsoft.
Microsoft. Yeah.
It came back because it didn't manage to go as high as the whole market here, and it's looking weak today.
Mm. Yes, yes. What's the question here? Does anyone from your entire team use Atlas Market for trading NASDAQ 100? That'd be a good question for Mike, I would think.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, we'll ask Mike when he gets here.
Yeah, Mike will be on here in a few minutes. We can ask him. Yeah,
Yeah, he'll probably know.
he'll definitely know. Yeah. All right, all right. Let's see what else is out there. AVGO, what platform is the best for trading, for day trading, guys? Any suggestions? There are a few. There are a few. I mean, I'll be honest. I love DAS, man. I love DAS. Has ruined me for sure. Because I do try to trade from Thinkorswim. I tried to trade Thinkorswim a long time ago, and also when I'm traveling, or like tomorrow, for example, I'll be out of the office, and Thinkorswim makes it so easy on the mobile app. So easy to trade, but day trading on that thing is just. I appreciate how fast, DAS is, how clean, clear the hotkeys. So for me, DAS is the way to go, right? But again, there are a lot of great platforms out there. There are a ton, and there's only going to be more coming out now that we're making things more accessible to retail traders, right? Bringing down the PDT rule, 20. What happened to 24-hour trading? Is that a thing? Did we give up on that, or?
No, they're just, it's in the regulatory review process. They talked about it. Again, we're already trading 20, what are we trading now? 16 hours, right? So the market's open 16 hours. I thought what they said is they were planning to move to maybe a 20-hour trading day.
Yeah.
So open up another 4 hours and then sort of see how that goes. Again, I'm just hoping it doesn't really change the profile of the open, right? Because I think that's the thing that's important to us is you get this opening momentum and you get the institutional traders that.
Well, I know focus. For sure. Like for example, on my Thinkorswim account, you can trade prior. Like they won't even take the trade prior to 7 a.m. Now that's a Schwab thing, right? Schwab won't let you trade before 7 a.m. And I think we can go all the way up to like regular time of the night. Interactive brokers, on the other hand, you can trade at any time, and you might not get filled. Yeah, you gotta go through like these strange routes. I've never done it, but you might not get filled. It might not be no volume at those crazy times, right? Because 4 a.m. you're able to put an order on interactive brokers, but Thinkorswim, I done like try to get out of swing trades, and you can't do it on that time. So it depends. Are brokers going to keep their times, the restrictions on time? It's so much with that. You got a point. So who knows? 24/7 would ruin it. We'll see. And we know why they're doing it, right? These exchanges are competing with Bitcoin and Forex and futures and all the other things that are 24 hours already. They don't want that volume going there. They want to keep it here. But we'll see. We'll see how things work. So it's not to make it easy for us or better for us. That's not the case. It's to keep the doors open a lot longer. It's better for them. Peter, no trades for you yet?
No trades for me yet. I'm still watching here. I think I might have missed an opportunity with that with Microsoft drop through VWAP, but what can you do? It's not. It wasn't a perfect setup.
Gotcha.
Trying to be disciplined, like we've been talking about.
Yeah. Especially when things are choppy, is when you want to even get more disciplined, more tight on your rules. Not the opposite. Don't get loosey goosey when things are not working. That's the wrong way to go. and start stabbing at everything you see. It's so easy to do that because you're desperate trying to get a win and trying to make your money back. That's when you gotta
Right.
do quite the opposite. Quite the opposite. NVIDIA also did a nice drop here. Again, SPY's heading lower. Intel also losing some ground. QH to low floor. We got here halted for volatility on QH to the downside, so that might not be good. Tesla bouncing off the VWAP here. What about Oracle? Oracle also dropping as well, right down to the low of the day. Frank, you need the 15 cup of coffee today. Yeah, I'm tired today, man. I stayed up late, and again, like I mentioned earlier, when the game was over, I went to bed like at 12. So it was like 12 or so by the time I shut everything down. I can't remember. But I was sitting there just wired after watching that game. Wired. Could not fall asleep. And finally, like around 1 o'clock in the morning, that's the last time I remember where I finally dozed off. So I'm feeling it today, man. I'm feeling it.
Yeah, I understand that, Carlos, because I said I've been staying up late, and even went and got my daughter and said I had to pick her up at the train. That was like 11:30, and I got back, and I'm like, now I'm not tired. Why am I not tired? I should be tired. This is way past my bedtime, So I read it.
Yeah.
I read it for like another hour. Read my book, and then I'm like, I guess I better try and go to sleep, and I did.
Yeah.
And oh my God, I couldn't wake up this morning because I was just so tired. But
Yeah.
at night I wasn't sleeping when I was supposed to.
I was close to because I hate being in bed and being awake. So I was close to getting up and doing something else. And I'm like, if I do that, this will be bad. I was getting to something, and it's
Right.
just I'll stay up even later, wake me up. Ben, yeah, I'm. You're. A lot of people are not Knicks fans. It's just basketball sports fans. And yesterday, that's how it was a good game. That I'm not a heavy Knicks fan. It's never been. I grew up with Michael Jordan, the Bulls being my favorite team to watch. So never was a Knicks fan. But I like. I don't follow any team now, but I like New York to win. Right, I'm a New York fan now. So not a huge Knicks fan like some people are. But the game was so good that it had that effect. Like you were in it. You were in it. So good.
Okay, well,
Good for the sport.
Not a bad. Don't forget. I mean, it's funny because it seems like the Knicks have taken over. Everybody's so excited, but we still have the NHL Stanley Cup Finals going on.
I know.
We've got Game 5 tonight.
Yep.
2-2 between the Hurricanes and the Knights. So Vegas and Carolina playing. So see, those have been good games too. Good hockey if you like hockey.
Yeah. Has anyone come back from 3-1 ever? Yes, they have come back from 3-1 before. In another sport, we saw that happen to my favorite team, the Yankees. Up 3-1. And Boston, out of all people, Boston came back and won.
Out of all people,
I'm telling you, there's
rivalry,
nothing more deflating than having a team come and beat you three times in a row to take the win. When you just need one game. There's nothing like it. LeBron James did it with the Cavaliers. That's right. He came back and won 4 straight. It's just unbelievable. I mean, it takes a lot to not lose the confidence that and come back like that. But it doesn't happen very rarely.
Yeah, it happens very rarely. But if you get the right sort of team with the right attitude, I suppose it can happen, right? Because I mean, let's face it, every game you're playing, you got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
You got nothing to lose. I mean, because if you lose one, you're out. So you're just playing. You're playing all out. And but it's tough doing that 4 times in a row, right? But you do get momentum, right? You only have to sort of do it. The first 2 times are really tough because you're fighting. After that, you certainly you got momentum. So we'll see. That's what you don't want, I guess, Carlos. You don't want these Spurs to get some momentum on you.
Yeah, I mean,
to
be up 30? Wimbyamba. I
Wembyamba.
gotta show you a picture.
He's like 92 feet tall. Okay.
He's gonna be so good, man. We don't need him to win this time around. He could skip this one. This guy, that team, I'm telling you, they're gonna be unstoppable. You're not gonna be able to beat this team coming out of the West Coast. You just can't. If they stick together, if they're healthy. Usually, guys are this slim like this and this tall can't stay healthy, but he's young and hopefully he can. They get an injury and they just don't bounce back, right? But let me show you something funny here, which I thought was hilarious when I saw it. I'm like, all right, the cameraman, you could have zoomed out a little more. You could have not done that to that reporter, but it just tells you how tall this person is. Give me 1 second.
Wow. Look at Anders making some payouts here.
I saw that. I'm gonna show that next. Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
All right. I love it. The funded account, guys, pays off.
Yeah. Look at this, Peter.
Yeah. Oh, she's trying to interview him. She can't even reach him.
Can't reach him. And she's asking the question. The mic disappears and it comes back up, and it's like, where's the mic? Here it is. She's asking the question. The mic comes back up. I mean, this is how tall this guy is, and he moves like a guard, and he could shoot a three. You can't block his three. His arms are like they're above the rim when he's just shooting a three. Like, he is going to be unstoppable. He's like 21 years old. He's a baby. I mean, this guy's going to be incredible, and the whole team is amazing. And yeah, looking forward to that. But let's show you guys some other stuff as Tesla roars back into play here. Yeah, Frank, I know. I'm telling you, we don't care about anything but the Knicks right now. The Yankees are doing well. They're like in the second place in their division. They're blowing people out. They're playing amazing, hitting grand slams, winning by like 13 points. We don't care. And they're my favorite team. That's not what we care right now. It's all Knicks. Soccer starting, who cares? We don't care about that either. We're just in NBA mode. Let's take a look here, guys.
I'm looking at the stats here. I don't know this guy, Wembyamba, but I'm just looking him up. You know you're a tall guy when you weigh 235 pounds. He weighs 235, and he looks like a beanpole, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Most people at 235, you're at least looking like you're solid muscle or something. This guy's just he's 7'4", and that's it's tough to. Often you say when you get that tall, the coordination is what happens, right? And the health. It's hard to keep them.
And he has the coordination somehow, some way. So it's working. It's working. All right, friends. Let's take a look at some stuff here. We got some payouts, man. So John Lamb from P Capital, $10,000 payout. Congratulations! That went out today. So a little cushion on your account there. Love it. I will definitely be trying the funded account again or funding your account, whatever you want to do. And also Ricardo Vera, also another payout, $10,000 from Trading Terminal.
That's awesome.
Funded accounts. So some max payouts. I also have Abio send me some cool stuff here. Let me go to Abio. Where's my buddy Abio? I got some. Where is it? I'm never gonna stop laughing at this. I want this to be on his LinkedIn picture. Like, can this be his LinkedIn picture? This is just amazing.
He could make it. Yeah,
he could do that. All right, let me get you guys one more thing here on our funded account, and it's this beautiful certificate you receive here for getting the payout. Ricardo Vera, $10,000. So it's just amazing, guys. So definitely check it out. bearwithtraders.com or tradingterminal.com. Look for the funded account and try it out. See if you're ready for live trading. See if you're ready to manage your own account. If you could be successful there, there's a higher likelihood you can trade your own money. But if you cannot, then that means you're just not ready. Maybe a little more practice, a little more simulator before you start risking your own account. So there you go. Excellent. And soon, or actually not soon, but now I'm getting some other stuff I want to show you guys. Being posed a good description. I agree, Mike. But again, he moves well. Moves like a guard and shoots like Steph Curry, and it's just incredible. And then rebounds like a center. I mean, It's a freak of nature. All right, Rocket Lab. John with his high of day breakout. I mean, how many times have we seen this? This is just tells you the consistency over and over and over again. It doesn't change. He's looking for this specific setup every single day, and he's not budging. He's not budging from it. And when you have that, you could build consistency. Long here for the high of day breakout. Here's your HOD right there. Parceling there. Nowhere near his even break even. Yeah, very close, but not quite. Another parcel into strength. Goes sideways for a little bit. His break even here now. He adds, moves his break even up a little bit more, just a little bit higher from where his original entry was. And again, I like the ads from John, because the ads from John look like they could be an individual trade on their own, right? Like
that's the way they should. Yeah.
And that's the way it should be, right? I agree. Like this looks like another high of day breakout right here. This is your new HOD, and it consolidates another high of day breakout. Now this one doesn't work out, so he's out of break even. No harm, no foul. Right, break even from taking some wins already. But if this would have worked, I mean, it's just a perfect ad, right? So so yeah, great job, John. Love looking at your trades, man. You're so consistent. Like it's like a I could tell where you're gonna get in, where you're gonna get out, just based on the consistency. Here's Mike. Long Intel, partial. I want to say this could be a 5-minute ORB or maybe high of day breakout. I'm not sure. If this is our Mike, if it's our Mike, he'll let us know. Yeah,
he's a moderator. Says moderator, so yeah.
Where's the moderator? Where is that?
Oh,
I don't see that
at the top. The medallion.
I did not notice that. Yeah, moderator badge. Okay, so there's our mics, and then long. I did not see that. I just saw it. All right, so here, partial, and parceling, and I think he went even higher after this. So Mike, great, excellent trade there. J2H, long here above the levels. I'm not sure what the strategy is, but look at the parceling here. Look at the beautiful ad on this ABCD pattern breakout situation, or maybe even a high of day, whichever. There's a lot happening here, bouncing off the 9 EMA. There's a lot going on there. It looks great. Parceling some more into strength. Another ad here, this time parceling a lot quicker. Maybe he got stopped at break even. But anyway, still a beautiful trade on Intel. So Harvey, a good member in chat. Long 1 minute ORB added. I want to say stopped out of break even. Had a couple of shots here, maybe long, stopped out again, or short and stopped out. I'm not sure which direction. That's always hard to tell when they're in the same candle, but sticks with it. Back long here, partial adds. This time it pays off. Look how big the distance is. So his average around here somewhere. Adds, and then he gets the big move. Then he gets the reward, right? So it took him a couple of tries to get the big move. He finally does. Comes out with about 4 R's for Harvey, so good stuff. And then we got Milad also adding into the breakout here, partial, and then more into strength. Just beautiful trading from our members and moderators in the community today. So good stuff, guys. Awesome to see. Much better day than we have seen in the last couple of days, for myself included, with Tesla. Beautiful trade today. Gives a hard time to the downside, but then to the upside, we have breakout worked out very, very, very nice. So hopefully you guys are doing well also in chat. Carlos just reads candles, not word. That's it. Like, but no, now you got me noticing. Yeah, look at that, community member. That's awesome. Nice little badge there. Good work. Good work. This is a recurring issue. What's happening for you, Bright Lights? Oh, you're having trouble with the orders. If you could send a screenshot of when that happens, to info@tradingterminal.com, they'll look into it. They'll look into see why that's taking place, and help you out. So I will do that for sure. So we can see what's going on there, my friend. All right, it is 10:30. I know what happens at 10:30.
Yeah, my alarm went off for the 10:30 to let me know that sometimes we get the market direction change. We haven't really set a direction today. You know, we've started down and then up and then down, and I don't know. We're sort of back to where we started, really, on the day. So not a huge directional move, but still trying to keep an eye out for things. I keep staring at stuff, but haven't found a trade yet.
Yeah. The other thing that happens is rectangle in the middle. It's probably gonna turn
Right.
soon to our good friend Mike. Will be joining us in just a second here, so we'll give him a little bit of time to get
Wait for
his
this
affairs in
IPO to be
orders.
out. Maybe the market will get normal again after this.
I'm here.
Oh.
Maybe. Am I
Okay,
here?
we hear you. Yeah, we
Maybe.
got you.
All right. I'm
Wait.
just having so much fun today. It's the World Cup kickoff. Stayed
you
up,
go.
watched your crazy Knicks game last night. By the
Unreal.
way,
Yeah.
Carlos, at halftime, I put $1 that the Knicks would come back and win that game. And it
No
paid
way.
out a whopping $19.
Wow.
But I put $1 on it.
19.
I was
Wow.
like, they're going to come back. The Spurs are going to choke. Watch this.
You know what? I didn't have that much faith that they were going to come back. But when I saw Taylor Swift in the crowd with a New York Knicks shirt on, I was like, oh, we're coming back. We're coming back.
Really?
Everything this girl touches turns to gold. We're coming back. And we
Oh, my
did.
goodness.
Man.
All right.
That's
was-
it.
Because I've been watching it, and then the Spurs, like, they own the first half, and then they
Yeah.
crumble. They
I know. Yeah.
if the Spurs had experience, they'd be up 3-1 in this series already. They should have won game 2.
They're the better team eventually. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
should have won yesterday, or the first game or the game that they actually won, right? And then they should have won last night. Like, how do you give up a 29-point lead? All you have
Unheard
to
of.
do, I would be the rookie coach of the year. Put Wemby by the basket, throw the ball to the basket, and let him go on his
Just-
tippy toes
just
and
grab
guide
it-
it in.
Just grab it
Just
above everybody
guide it
else,
in.
eh?
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
nobody can catch the ball if you put the ball in the air and he's standing by the basket. Nobody's going to
Yeah.
do it. The only way is to foul
That's
him.
funny.
It's crazy. I'd be the rookie coach of the year because that's all I would do. And I'd be like, stop it. Like,
The coaching, and I haven't heard any sports radio talk yet, which is fun to hear afterwards. Everybody has the opinion of what they could have done. So I love it. It's like us. I could have got into this trade. It's the same thing in sports. Same thing. Like us with
It's the same
SMCI yesterday. Oh, we could have got in here. Same thing. But
so
I don't know. There was some questionable decisions of how fast the game was played. You're up 30. Why are you
Yeah.
taking a shot? I will be at beginning of third quarter. I'm killing the time every possession. They're coming down
How
the
about-
court, up 15, up 20, taking a 3. Like, dude, pass the ball around. Slow them down.
how about there's 7 seconds left in the game, and instead of holding the ball, you go and you try to get a basket and get the shot blocked?
I couldn't believe that. This coach
And
got
you're up by 1.
This coach really shocked me with some of the calls that he made. It just doesn't
That's
make any
just-
sense.
That's the inexperience, right? That's what you were talking about earlier, right? The young team that's going to be around, and now that they have the experience, they're going to be like, okay, now we
Yeah.
know what to do. Like, I should have held the ball, got fouled, made a couple free throws, and then Brunson would have missed the 3 that would have tied it, and the little tap in 2 wouldn't have mattered,
Yeah.
you know?
It's-
So
it's-
it's
wow. Hey, I'm glad to
it's-
not the way he did, but oh man,
I know.
can't wait for Saturday
So,
night. It's gonna be amazing.
Anyways, back to kind of what this show is really truly supposed to be about, like
What's
trading,
that, Mike?
not sports
Yeah.
stock.
You
What's
guys
that?
are like all up
Listen.
on your.
If you listen to Bloomberg this morning, every time because they repeat some of the stuff over and over again, and I usually start listening around 5:50. It felt like I was hearing WFAN, the fan here in New York. It was all about the
Yep.
Knicks, and we're talking about Bloomberg Radio. That's how big this thing is here in this area at the moment. So yeah, but let's go back. Let's talk some stocks, and we do that here too.
Let's talk some stocks. So I traded actually twice this morning. I took INTC on this nice little pullback as it was holding while the SPY was kind of selling off. Got a partial. I placed my stop right below this candle. So partialed here, partialed. Got majority out up here at 119, was looking for 120. Unfortunately, didn't get it. And my other trade, I tried to trade Oracle. I looked for the break above this pre-market low. As soon as it showed any sign of weakness, I got out because I wanted it to go. It didn't, and I would have got crushed had I not gotten out. So that was also a good trade. And then unfortunately, DAS does not keep your trades from the night before.
No.
But I did do some early morning or late evening trading, I guess you could say, on the MSE last night. So I took 3 trades. First 2 I got stopped out. I tried to take this long off this level that's here. I got stopped out, and then tried it again here, didn't like it, got stopped out, and then when it held here this long, I got back in and then rode this all the way up to basically where our price action is right now. Up to the previous day close. So that was my trading over the last 24 hours, I guess you could say. And right now, I am not going to trade anything in this SPY MES. I mean, look at this chart. It is just disgusting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
we're seeing that. Yeah, yeah.
Like this is just crazy. Somebody comes out, makes news that UAE's talking with Iran, stock market goes up. Some other news comes out, stock market goes right back down. Like this is very untradeable on like trading that market. I mean, very, very hard to trade this. So I'm glad I got the INTC. AMD looked pretty good. Did you trade, Peter? AMD?
No, I mean I was watching it, but I haven't traded yet
Just-
this morning, so nothing for me.
Yeah, this level seems to be AMD's kind of sell-off point over the last 2 days, right? This 477. So I thought maybe you would.
I was
look to
watching it,
short
but
up here.
again, it didn't quite give me the setup. I did mention it. If you go back, I was talking about it. Is it sort of hit that flat top, right? And it was looking weak there, but no, I didn't end up getting in.
All right. Yeah. So other than that, I haven't really seen much that was out there that I like. That INTC trade was really good, and then the futures market is just sideways.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can find. I just like trading the MES, so that thing is pretty nasty right now. There's no direction in it. It's just straight chop. Let's see if the update. Oh yeah, look at that. Look, Peter, I got the good colors now on the
Oh, there you go. It's back to normal.
Back to normal, but not lava red like yesterday. So
yeah.
So we'll see. This is an interesting level on the MES. Is this 7,339? That's basically right above the pre-market high. So that seems to be the level, right? Are we going to break through it, or are we going to hold that? And you can see that we've gotten 3 kind of wicks up there. This is just super ugly. I don't like anything.
Yeah, I'm not loving anything I'm seeing right now.
Yeah. I will, if I trade, it will be when it breaks that level and comes back and retests it and it shows me that it's support. Then I'll look to take it long, but I have zero faith on follow through today.
Yeah, well, that's why I said I can't wait for this IPO to happen, just so we can get maybe to a normal moving market. Like I don't like the way the market has been for the last week and a half, and it feels like it's all
been pretty bad. Yeah.
It feels like it's all just to SpaceX. I mean, you know, what else is causing the market to do weird stuff?
I think I am in the conspiracy theory. I think people are pulling money to shift it over to SpaceX. I'm in the conspiracy. I think it. I mean, look at it. Like, even look at Andrew, right? Andrew's like hardly. I don't think he's really traded an IPO like ever.
I don't know that he's ever traded an IPO. You're right.
Right. But he's like, I'm doing it tomorrow. $1 million. Boom. Here we go. You know, that shows you the amount of hype that's there. And like you said, Peter, it can either drive it up or we could be in for a wild ride.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what to expect, but I I'm hedging my bets. I honestly think that we're going to get some, because I think it's only going to take a crack in the armor, right? A little bit of disappointment, and people are going to panic, and then that will just feed on itself, and it'll be like a snowball going rolling downhill. But I could be wrong, because it could go the other way, right? You could get a bunch of enthusiasm, and this thing will shoot higher. I mean, it's so we've just never done it. We've never.
I just want to
I
know
think
what
it's gonna.
gonna
You're right,
open
Peter.
at.
It's gonna shoot up to a crazy amount. It'll come back down. The question is it gonna stay there, or is it going to go much lower than that, right? But it's gonna go. It's gonna shoot up to something ridiculous, right? And then it'll come back to reality. But is it gonna stay there?
Well,
that's
but
the key.
yeah, it also depends on the price at which it opens, right? So, the over under right now was sitting at an open price of I think they were looking at around 300 again. So,
Oh
I mean,
my
I don't.
goodness, that would be so awesome.
Well, for you,
That'd
for
be
your son,
insane.
For me too. I got in on the friends and family discount.
Okay, well, there you go. So,
Nice.
so I don't know. Do you have a lockout period? Do you?
Yes, October is my lockout period.
Okay,
So I can't
so-
sell or do anything till October with those
Okay,
shares.
so it doesn't really matter what it opens at. It matters where it's gonna, close. You have to remember,
Extra.
right? First day of trading tomorrow, no matter what happens, it's the first day of infinity, right? Like,
Yes.
so
for me, I would love it to open up at 300, right? Because that is over double what the IPO went for, right? So I am cool with that, because then you can absorb a lot of that negative, right, balance of going down. So
again, right now, based on, we were looking at the poly market data earlier, which just showed that one estimated closing price. So the view on poly market, let's go back and let's bring that up here, Carlos. Where is it? Hold on, I gotta go find it again.
Yep.
Here it is, right there. So the expected closing market cap is what they were listing, is expected to be somewhere around 2 billion, which would give it a closing price of around 150, something like that. But I mean, we can see a wide range of opinion, right? So 44% think it's going to be between 2 and 2.5 trillion in market cap. 34% it's the 1.5 to 2. Now keep in mind that 1.75 is roughly the $135 that the strike price, or that they said that they were going to hit. So we should get more detail today. Actually, they're supposed to release a little bit of sort of the pre-positioning information, so we'll see what happens when that comes out. But who knows what happens in the interim, right? Like, and this is why I think it's going to open late, because they're going to be sort of balancing all that demand. They're going to try and figure out where they need to balance this off, and then close all the pre-orders. There's a ton of work. If you were working this IPO, man, you are not sleeping tonight. I'm willing to bet it's just going to be a crazy day. So yeah, we'll see where it goes.
I got both my alerts set. Price goes above or equal to 135, or below or equal to 135. So as soon as that thing opens, I'm going to have it on blast tomorrow. So I'm waiting. As soon as that thing goes, I'm opening that thing. So, and I will look to day trade this thing too tomorrow. I do. If you're a Lambos and Garbage Truck member, I would encourage you to go look into the recording from Jared yesterday. He did a great analysis on how he's looking to trade the SpaceX when it opens. He has levels that he kind of determined based off the valuation, that if it does this is what I'm looking to do. If it opens here and does this is what I'm looking to do. So he has very good if-then statements for you. And I know if you are a Peak Capital member and you were in Andrew's session yesterday, he did a presentation on how he's looking to trade SpaceX. And I think he's going to release that today on YouTube. So I would set the alerts, and he did a video. I think he's doing a video yesterday. I think he did the video, and they're looking to release it today. So I would keep an eye out for that one as well. So lots of SpaceX stuff.
Right.
Yeah. I would say somebody put in there 3 Thunder 155. I think that's what 3 something. SpaceX already has monopolized space. Like everybody else is just they're like an ant.
80% of all global launches. This is all companies around the world, all governments around the world. 80% of all launches were SpaceX launches in this last. So I think it was in 2024 was the last measured period or something. So they're definitely in charge right now.
They're in charge, and the only reason that I think the other 20% exists is because SpaceX doesn't want to be considered a monopoly to where the government comes in and messes with them. So they're like, okay, you want them to do it? Go ahead, no problem.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean, there's also other sovereign governments, right? I mean, there have been launches by Japan, there have been launches by India. So, other governments have been doing their own stuff. China, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I haven't heard about the China launches, but I'm sure they are.
Well, they sent that remember, didn't they send that thing to the far side of the moon? They had like a robot or something that they sent up there.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, you're right. So anyways, so obviously there's other stuff going on.
But all you have to know about where governments and people think the reliable space launch or space travel, you just have to look when a astronaut needs to be medevaced out of space. Who do they call? Right? They call SpaceX, and SpaceX within days puts together a launch to go rescue an astronaut with no planning, no prior mission coordination, nothing. Oh, you need us to launch something up there to dock with the space station to pull him out, to bring him back? No problem. Give me his metrics. We'll build a spacesuit for him, because he didn't have a spacesuit to travel in the Dragon capsule, like they do that in a matter of days. Like that shows you how advanced SpaceX is.
Right.
Boeing can't even launch one capsule up and make it return with the same people that they launched it with.
Yeah. That was why the rescue was needed, I think, in the first place, wasn't it? The Boeing couldn't dock or something. It was having troubles.
That was the rescue prior to the medical emergency. Remember, there was that medical emergency that the astronaut had. So like it's SpaceX. I know I'm biased in it because my son works there and everything, but like, who are you calling, right? You're calling SpaceX if you need something done in space that's of importance. You're not calling Blue Origin. Oh, wait, they don't have a launch pad anymore. They blew it up.
Oh, ow, throwing some shade there. I mean, you're not.
That's fire. Man down, man down.
Yeah. You're not wrong, but true. I love it.
Like I'm just saying.
Yeah. So look, Manuel, I would say, do you recommend SpaceX in the next days as a long-term investment?
No.
That's a tough question to answer. Again, if we go based on history, I'll have to go back to my charts and data here. Where is it? Here we go. This is the other chart that we were looking at. Historically, in the first year or the first 3 years, most IPOs are down. So I think it's yes. Is it going to be a good investment? I think over the long term, absolutely. I honestly think that. When do you get in? That's the $1 trillion question, right? I mean, I think we're going to see some pullback, whether it's tomorrow or the next week or month or year. I can't say, but I do think we're going to see a decline on the price. Because don't forget, SpaceX is more, the space stuff can be as cool as you want. They're going to have public scrutiny on their Starlink system, and of course X and their whole AI strategy, the X AI merger. So we really have four big corporate activities going, right? We got their AI aspirations, we've got the X platform that's in there, which, by the way, combined are losing a shit ton of money. We've got the revenue driver of the whole thing, which is really the Starlink satellite system, and then of course the really cool stuff, the SpaceX, the actual launches. So that's probably the long-term growth engine. But there you got a lot of stuff at play, and don't forget, we got so many more analysts that are now going to be crawling through all of their financials, and I'm willing to bet we're going to uncover all sorts of funky things. Elon is not afraid to do funky things, right? Like,
Oh no.
right? Like we know he's been playing fast and loose with the finances, where he's getting one company to finance another company and trade money at like non-competitive rates, which you're not technically supposed to do, and all sorts of weird stuff. So like there's going to be some of that that's going to be uncovered. So I think all of that could be a drag, but it'll get worked out. If there's one thing, yeah, go ahead. Anyway.
I said, and on that same topic, right? I mean, he initially sold X to XAI to write off all the losses,
Right.
right? That he incurred from that deal, right? So I couldn't get out of it in the court. So you know what? I'll do it this way.
Yeah. Again, he's been known. We know that he's been doing all sorts of weird backroom deals between his companies, which if they're privately owned, it's not exactly illegal. It might be considered a little unethical, but it's not, technically illegal if you own it. Then you just have to deal with the investors, right? If they're allowing it, then so be it, right?
Yeah.
But anyways, now you got public scrutiny, a whole different set of rules. But he's already familiar with that, right? I mean, he's been sort of in charge of Tesla for a long period of time. He understands that scrutiny. So I think the company will get through that. But to the bigger question that was being asked that I'm trying to answer, I think there's going to be some challenges in the short term as things settle out. Then we can focus on the long-term multi-planetary strategy that SpaceX has, publicly stated forever. And how well is Elon going to be able to execute on that and deliver now that it's all public? I think it's going to be a good story, but yeah, be prepared to put your money and let it grow for a while, for a long period of time.
If you're looking to do long-term investment in SpaceX after the IPO opens, you really need to decide two things. One, if it breaks over this level, I am willing to enter here because I truly feel it will never come back below X, right? And then the second thing you have to look at is, okay, I believe this is going to go up, and everything that goes up comes back down, especially with the charts that Carlos and Peter put up with IPOs, right? They're naturally going to come back down. Now you have to determine, where is that level below the open price that you're willing to say, this is where I'm going to get in. And this is where I'm going to say, I no longer want to be in this. And as long as you have that in place, buy it and get out of the way. Like, do not follow it for the first year, because it's going to drive you crazy.
Yeah, leave it alone.
Yeah. Right? Oh yeah. It's because it's going to be volatile, I think, one way or the other.
So me and my wife, we have 2 pots of money for SpaceX. We put one pot, we got in at the IPO price with our lovely son working over there with the friends and family entry. And then we have another pot that is just sitting right now. We have it invested in some other place, but it's very liquid, so that when it comes down to my price level, that I feel it has expired through this whipsaw and we've kind of bottomed out, right? That I can pull that money and put the rest in. So that is kind of what we're looking at doing. That's my plan for it, because I am absolutely investing in it. So, and my son, that guy has to figure out how he's going to diversify his portfolio after tomorrow.
He's got too much. That's usually what happens when you work at the company, right? Because you end up, so they give you beneficial buy options, and then you got to make sure you're not too heavily. Because I mean, he's got additional investment, if you will, in his salary, right? Like, you can never forget that part of it. The fact that he gets paid by them, so that's sort of a risk element there too, because. Elon gets hit by that magical bus that roams the planet, taking people out. Would you trust new management? Would they keep the vision? Who knows what could happen, right? Like,
so we put him in touch with a good person to kind of help him and guide him onto, hey, this is how we're gonna diversify your portfolio. I mean, the kid knows it. He's like, hey, I need to I
Right.
need to diversify this. Like, I still believe in this company. I'm still gonna leave some in this company, but I'm an idiot if I don't pull some of this out and
Right.
set myself up for the rest of my life. So
Yeah.
like yeah, it's crazy. So best man, what a kid, man. You graduate college, your first job, SpaceX. Before IPOs, and then you get the IPO out of SpaceX. It's like crazy.
Yeah. No, hey, look, that's
Perfect timing.
that's
Man,
how
that kid.
things work for some people. You get that
Yeah.
luck, and that's good. I mean, he did some hard work behind it, and then that led to, being in the right place at the right time, and I think that's
Yeah.
awesome. So,
And it's great for me because I don't have to go to an old people home. That is dad's part of that diversifying is dad's long-term care plan.
There you go. That's always good too. Yeah.
So
That is one of my financial objectives. I have to say long term, right? I want in-home nursing. I don't
Yep.
want to go home. I want them to come to me. So if I can afford that, which is not cheap,
it
that's
is not cheap.
That's where I'm looking to go. Yeah.
Like I say, I only need somebody to feed me my pills and bring me some food. Give me beer and PlayStation, whatever, and a TV, and I'm good. That's all I need.
That's right. Once they don't let me drive anymore, someone to drive me to pickleball a couple times a week, and
That's not gonna happen, Peter.
You'll have your self-driving.
You have your Tesla self-driving car.
That's
not gonna
true.
happen.
Then I won't even need that. I don't even need that. I mean, as long as I can use my phone and I can order food off the apps, I guess. And what do I need? I need someone to come and change my diaper every once in a while. So
yeah. So
we went too far.
Yeah,
there's a point where we get to the line, and it's like, how far you want to go. Peter just ran to that line. He just went right through off the cliff. Now.
Come on, man.
I'm kidding.
You can't not acknowledge the reality of what.
Listen, when it gets to the point that I cannot take care of my own business, Lord, this was a good time. Take us out.
Yeah, you say that now.
Everybody says that now. When you're there, all you want to do is live longer. That's just a fact. I'm only kidding when I say that.
It is funny, but I truly saw it this last time I was in the DR with my wife's sister's husband's dad.
Oh my goodness.
He lost his very far over, but he lost his wife. And he lives in Florida, but he came down to the DR. They did the funeral and everything there. But we were always around him because his son was taking care of him, right? And you could just see how happy he was to just be there in a nice, calm place. Like when we would go to the beach, he'd be in a wheelchair. He's like, no, put me right here. It's the perfect view, right? Why was it the perfect view? Because it was the entrance to the beach, and guess who's walking in very skimpy?
He's watching all the bikinis, eh? Okay, well, you go, old guy.
He's like,
it's
here's me. Just bring me a beer under the shade. Literally, he sat there for 6 hours in the shade, drinking Presidente, just watching everybody enter and exit the beach. I was like,
good for him.
I can imagine when you get old, you're like, you're just like, oh, these young people, they have no idea, right? Like there's got to be a lot of that. It's not anything lascivious, really. It's just I like looking at healthy young people, and you guys have no idea what life's got in store. Enjoy it, kids.
Yes.
Anyways, maybe that's
just don't
attitude.
know. So.
Peter, you're still healthy. You play pickleball every morning, don't you?
Absolutely.
You just run a marathon once a month, right? Or half a marathon once a month.
We're planning for the future. We're you got to be you got to be sort of aware, because if you're not aware, then you sort of catch you by surprise, and that's what I don't want. I don't want to be suddenly wondering what the heck happened, right? Because there's a lot of people that think they're healthy, because they're active, but they're active doing like crappy stuff, right? So anyway,
That's right.
I'm hoping that it'll all work out for me. But
So before Eamon and Kyle take over, I just want to let everybody know that kind of the SPY lost yesterday's close.
we are dropping like crazy here.
So we're dropping down now. I think if you're looking at the futures market, the next kind of key level is going to be where it bounced yesterday overnight, which is down by 7,232 is really kind of the level that you're going to be watching for a bounce. Or if you're in a short right now, I think you got some room to go before you're going to be really tested again. So just aware with that. And that is my commentary. So
all right.
I will turn it over again tomorrow. SpaceX, we all know what the news is. Nothing else matters except that tomorrow in the market. So
Mike,
watch
hey,
list.
before you guys go, look what I got made. Look at this frame in the middle here.
Oh, what do we look at? Oh, what is this? The market.
Oh.
Market Atlas.
Oh, there we go. Look at that.
Oh, look at that.
Never lies.
Never
Market
lies.
Atlas never lies.
You got like
I love
what
it.
is that? A sweatshirt?
Look at this.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
awesome.
I got this made yesterday. Little trading terminal logo on it. You see that? There you go.
Oh, wow.
So Kyle will be a walking advertiser for us. He'll just be walking outside the street and people will be like, "What the hell is that? What's Market Atlas?"
I'll put that on.
Pretty awesome. Look at that.
I retired
That
my
is a
Bobby
good
Orr
one.
jersey for that one, so I'll
All
put that
right.
on next week maybe.
I like that. That is
There you go.
good. So
Beautiful. Thank you guys. Yeah. I'm also short Intel right now, but we'll get into my trades. But thank you guys. Have a good
nice.
rest of your morning. Yeah, appreciate it.
Right.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Okay, guys.
Awesome.
Eamon, how
Thank
are
you,
you?
Mike and Pete. Hello, Kyle. I'm doing good. No trades for me today. I was watching Apple for a long today. That was probably the main stock I had. And it did set up for a long. It did offer me the entry, but I was hesitant enough according to my rules. That's basically the trigger around here. The moment it made this reset for a long stop loss, I see it wouldn't have hit my target. It reversed and I would have been out somewhere around break even. But still, hesitated. I got some FOMO 10 minutes later. I thought it's going to hit my target, so just called the day, walked out, and now I'm back and I see that it's down. So I guess it's okay after all, right?
It's okay.
Lately, or the last 2 days, I think the market wasn't the best for my longer term holding style, but at the same time, it's not big losses. So overall, either no trade day or a small red day. There were actually massive green days, which is amazing. I guess need to survive a couple days before we get the big winners again.
I had a interesting day. Like I said yesterday, I don't know, I have a bit of performance anxiety. We'll get into my trade a little bit after, but I sized into Intel, just very small, and then I went in full size eventually. But I don't know what's going on with me. I kind of have like, I guess the kids call it like the yips. Like I don't know what it is, but I'm in a great trade right now. I shorted Intel pretty much right at the top. I got in at.
Let me see your trade. There it is. I just pulled it out.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, we'll get into it quickly here. So I went in very small position, tier 3 to start, and then I manually added like 25 shares. I had a great trade all the way. I pretty much top ticked it. I was in this with Andrew and Brian in the chat room. Brian called this out on the, I think it was after I think it was a second candle. But I got in, I was 10% partials on the way up here, and then I did a heavy add. And Market Atlas was so clear around 118.50, I think. There was a huge order. And the majority of it, I think, was actually Andrew's. He had a monster position, I think, on this. So it's always nice when you're in a trade with him. And then I did our 3 candlestick rule to the short side. And I'm still in this with an average of 117.43. And I'm up about 8 hours on this right now. So Intel's been really good to me. It's usually a pretty hard stock to trade. Like I know Carlos, even in the morning, like this one's chopped me up a bit. And I don't know if it's the wicks or like I'm taking too big of a position on it but I've been stopped on this a lot. But today I've been riding this storm for a little bit, and I'm still long about 50 shares. Not much, but it was a good day. Yeah, and Market Atlas never lies.
And market atlas never lies. Well, good job. Really
Thanks.
good job, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's how I think too. Like, I don't know if I'm happy about this trade. Like, it's worked out, but it's I don't know. It feels like a little bit out of my strategy a little bit. So I'm not too happy with it, but it worked out.
I agree. Now, what do we have? YouTube, how did you guys do today?
Candy's green, 3 trades, SMCI short. Yeah, I had SMCI on my watch list too. It took a while to get going, but it was nice.
Good job. Good job, guys. So what do you guys think? Where are we headed today? Looking at the cues, I had this idea since the pre-market, and we've had this pattern for 3 days, by the way. Now, but guys, look at this. We start by pop-up, sell off, we gap up. By the end of the day, we sell off. We gap up for the 3rd day, we sell off. We gapped up on this day, or spiked at the open, we sold off. And the same thing today, we gapped up and we're selling off. So it seems like a pattern right now. People are so long biased that they're waiting for the market to recover or to give us a long rally, that every single gap, every single pop-up feels like this is it. Today is going to be a trending day. And by the end of the day, it ends up either chopping around, doing nothing, or selling off. So personally, I think we are going to be breaking the previous day close. The pullbacks are massive because every single new low gets bought back up hard, as if we are going to head from the lows all the way to the high of the day. But that doesn't happen. Anyway, looking at the 15-minute chart, I can see that we had the 3 candlestick rule. Also on the 5-minute chart, we had the 3 candlestick rule. So probably it needs a reset or a pullback before the second leg to the downside. So I agree with you, Romy, Dial. I think we're going to break the previous day close and head lower, but it's not going to be a clean drop. Any ideas on that, Kyle?
On the cues, no, no, I don't. Sorry, I was listening. I wasn't really listening. Sorry, I was chatting to someone in the chat room.
Hey man, you're
really
too boring. I was just looking at the chat.
No, sorry. I was answering a couple people. I was listening, but I wasn't listening to understand. Sorry.
I was just putting in the back of my head, like something in the background, like a boring series while I'm having breakfast or something like that.
No, sorry.
Don't worry
Can
about
you
it, it's okay.
ask again? No. I want to answer your question.
No,
You're
what do
doing
you think? Is the Qs going to sell off below the previous day close, or we're going to have a recovery by the end of the day?
I think it's going to sell off. Even what Mike was saying earlier, like the SPY, I think it came down already under previous day close. I think we're gonna head lower today. I would bet $50 on it that we're gonna go lower.
Okay, that's good. We got $50, guys, secured. Let's see what's going to happen. Yeah, INTC was probably the play of the day. It was amazing for a long. It was amazing for a short. Good job for whoever traded. Probably made money both ways. Kyle did well also on INTC. I'm still sitting here with no trades. Yesterday we took a trade together on YouTube on Tesla, which unfortunately did not work out. I ended up giving it a second attempt in the chat room as well, which also did not work out. But it is what it is. I don't think it was a bad play. It was my A+ reversal play, so I would take these 10 times again if they happen. This is the thing about trading. You cannot control the outcome, and one negative trade should not disappoint you or give you any doubts in the strategy. Just keep doing what's working. You will hit some setbacks, you will have some losses, but in the long run, you'll be making money.
100%. I was looking at IO and Q for a long, but and RGTI too, or no, yeah, IO and Q. It's kind of doing a break and retest strategy of mine, but there's just no volume on it. So
yeah,
I'm kind of watching.
A lot of moving average
that.
is also ahead.
Yeah, it's not pretty. So I'm still in my Intel short, and I don't want to ruin my day. I have a couple bullets in the chamber, but
to be fair, I like your INQ. I think it is headed 58, 50-ish. The hourly chart looks good. We bounced right from the low of the channel, closed as a hammer. We're about to break the high of the day. So I don't think it's a bad idea. It's a decent one overall. Nice call out.
I was waiting. Yeah, I'm just watching on the 5-minute. I wanted to see if it was going to close over the 200 moving average here, because it's right at R3 as well. So I'm going to watch this a little bit and we'll see. But I feel like my insides right now are take the trade, but we'll see what happens here.
Frank, you said IPO has a rivalry with you. Tell us more about it. I'd love to hear an interesting story.
Who has a
Uh,
rivalry?
Frank, he has something against IO I
Oh,
guess,
he
or
has a
INQ has
rivalry
something
with
against him.
IonQ. Oh, so he's
Yeah.
taken your money a few times, Frank, has he? Or she, he, they, them, whatever it is.
Whatever it is, yeah.
I've traded IonQ a lot. Like, honestly, like I know I said this
Mhm.
5 or 6 times, but I've been trading semiconductors for 2 or 3 months, and like they're getting punished a little bit right now. But I have a love-hate relationship with them as well. So,
Yeah.
Frank, I feel you, buddy. It's a conspiracy I'm developing. Okay, well, let us know how it goes.
Yeah. On Carsando, you're asking about SNDK and you're saying since SNDK gives great moves intraday, why you guys do not trade it? I'll be honest with you. First of all, I agree with you. It does make good moves intraday. And one of my mentees just keeps banking on SNDK every single day. He just keeps sharing his trades, 3 hours, 4 hours. This is
Is that
Harvey.
Harvey?
Yeah, he just keeps
Yeah.
trading SNDK. And I agree. Every time he puts his charts on SNDK, I take a look at it and I'm like, oh my god, this SNDK had a clean daily chart, and there it is around here. Yesterday, another day, 5 hours on SNDK. I think he had one day where he had a tough day on SNDK. Probably we're going to it right now. No, another day, which is 5 hours of SNDK. So it gives you clean trades, it gives you clean moves. But the issue is that I am not familiar with this stock. This stock just came in play recently. It was like nothing up until December, and then suddenly it's the best stock in the world. So yeah, Harvey is so good at trading SNDK. So, I have nothing against it. I'm just not familiar with it. And every time I see Harvey making 5 hours, 4 hours, I'm like, okay, it's not gonna continue. Tomorrow is the day where it's going to fail. Tomorrow the day is going to fail. And Harvey just keeps banking on SNDK, and the more he makes money on it, I'm like, okay, it it just can't be that stock that keeps giving. I wanted to stop giving, and only then I'm going to add it on my watch list, and I'm going to start maybe watching it. But I think it's going to be too late afterwards. But yeah, you're right. I mean, SNDK makes good moves intraday. If you like it and you want to trade it, do it. It's good. It's good. The only thing is that it's expensive. Make sure to calculate the share size accordingly and manage the risk carefully.
That's exactly what I was just going to say. I actually see Harvey's in the main BBT chat room as well. I see his trades a lot. He's a great trader, but SNDK, like for me, my account's not that big, so this is a really high price stock. But I see him all the time. He's banking 3, 4, 5 R all the time. So whatever you're teaching him is right.
Yeah, I mean he is a good trader. It's not only the teachings, it's the discipline. So
The execution too.
RLW, you are saying SNTK has wide spread. Don't worry about the spread, even if it's like $1 spread. This stock literally runs $100, $120 a day. What's spread if it's like $1? I think if you are to trade SNTK, you're going to take maybe 10, maybe 15 shares. So if you take 10 shares with a $1 spread, that's $10 down. And if you manage to catch 50% of the move, which is $50, you're up $500. So that spread is not a killer. The spread matters on stocks that do not run a lot. If a stock is priced at $30 and it runs $1 intraday with 10-cent spread, that's an issue. If a stock is priced 1,800 and runs 100 and something points a day or dollars a day, with $1 spread, I think it's totally fine.
Oh my god, am I gonna do it? I'm gonna go long. I think I'm doing it.
Which one?
IONQ. Well, yeah, I did it. Just a small
Yeah,
size.
it's not bad call.
did.
I like it. I like it. You had a really
Yeah.
good call out on this one. The daily on it is amazing. The hourly is amazing. The 15 is amazing. So now it's just up to the market. If it doesn't do anything crazy, I think it's headed
Oh,
to 50.
there's a good push. The
40.
Qs are pushing a little bit too. All right. All right, we're in it. I did a tier 3 size, so nothing too crazy, but we're in it. And I'm still in Intel. My average is, oh, I still got a great average. My average is 117.43. See, this is the thing I sometimes battle with. Like when you catch a good move like this, like should I just cut it right now? Like I don't see it going much further. And now it's kind of bouncing. The Qs are bouncing. So because like I'm up a decent amount. Like, should I just cut this and just call it a day? Like, what would you do?
You know what I would do? I would hold it for 58, 40, 42, and if it fails, it fails.
That's
But
the thing.
I would say do what works best for you in this case.
So I'll just be transparent with everybody. So I have 51 shares left. My unrealized is $200. So like and I don't know what to do with it. It's just like, do I if I just cancel it, I make $200 without risking it, but then it screws up your numbers a little bit, right? I don't know what to do. You know what? I'm just gonna let it ride. Just let it go. It's only 50 shares. It is what it is. IO and Q not looking amazing. Let's see. It's a big rejection there, it looks like. Oh, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, sorry about that. I just get distracted for a second. I
No,
put you on
I
the
just didn't know if it
background
was me.
noise. Just a revenge, quick revenge.
I was gonna say, yeah. No, yeah, I did that to you. You did it to me. Yeah, I was like, hello. I didn't know if my mic died or what. That's okay. It was just so quiet.
Oh, no, I was just distracted. Sorry about that. So
That's
let's
okay.
take a look at what we have. AAOI. Some people are asking about AAOI. No idea, to be fair. I want to say I'm long biased on it. I can see a beautiful bottom on it. But
AAOI.
I have no idea. Look at this price action. First, we break the low of the day, then we break the high, then we make a big pullback, then we break the low of the day. And that is not a healthy pullback on the SPY. I told you that I'm short biased on it. I told you it's going to make a new 15-minute high and then start pulling back. But I did not expect it to happen this way. This was ugly.
I'm about 10 cents away from getting stopped out on IO and Q. Fuck, I should have taken a partial. Oh well. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I'm gonna stop it. That's okay. Hey, I had a bullet to
All right,
fire. That's okay.
there we go. I think this is the moment where the Qs are going to do something interesting. Let's see. Are we going to go now to the low of the day from here? Let's see that.
And this is the beauty of patience and a good community, right? Like, when I say I could have just got all out on Intel, I mean, I could have. It came up, it touched the 200 moving average, but now the Qs are, I mean, they're kind of bouncing, not bouncing, but they're rejecting a bit. And now I just made an extra $50 because I didn't cancel it, right? So I'm just gonna hold this thing. I mean, what's the low of the day? 111.77. I mean, that's a bit of a stretch, but I'll just hold on to this.
No, Ayman, what do you think about Adobe's earnings today? Well, this is actually a really good question. I think one of the stocks that everyone will be watching today after the close is ADB, high cap stock. I mean, massive, interesting, and one of the stocks related to AI, right? I mean, the numbers themselves are pretty straightforward. Let me pick these numbers from the pre-market show. So basically, Wall Street expects around $645 billion in revenue and $5.81 in earnings per share. Both of these showing solid growth from what they had a year ago. But honestly, nobody really cares about these numbers. The question here is AI. And you know that Adobe is down 30% roughly this year because the investors are worried that the AI might replace some of the tools that made it dominant in the first place. A year ago, it was that AI would help Adobe sell more products. Right now, the debate is whether AI is becoming a competition or whether it's going to actually help it make some money. That's why I think today is going to be interesting, and I think it's a little bit actually difficult to tell at the moment. I think the investors want to hear that they're actually making money from AI. They have their products like Firefly, which got a lot of attention, but these Firefly, in a way, it looks like it could be a turning point, but in another way, it's I think it costs them money because small subscription, not as big of product. I mean,
Do you use Adobe?
I do not. I do not. I used to. I mean, I used to use it back in time, but right now I don't really need it on my daily days.
Yeah, me too. I used to actually have a
Yeah,
subscription to it, but it
yeah,
almost feels like obsolete unless, I mean, some people love it. The people that I know that use it absolutely love it, but it just seems like, I don't know, it's lost its mojo kind of thing, you know?
yeah. I mean, I think if you look at analysts and the volatility expectations for these earnings, it's around 9% move expected after the earnings. And that's actually pretty large for a company this size. So if we
Mhm.
get strong AI adoption and maybe if it raises guidance, the stock could squeeze higher very quickly. But if the management sounds cautious or says that the AI revenue is disappointing, then investors may just continue treating Adobe as one of the losers in the AI race. So we'll see. There is no good expectations for these earnings, but it's definitely interesting one to watch.
Ben saying SpaceX is confirming $135 a share. Man, literally everyone I know is talking about this stock. Like people that don't even deal with stocks are talking about this. But even on the news last night, they were saying if you were pre-IPO, like if you worked for SpaceX, there's going to be so many people just because there's so much liquidity right now, right? So, and like even Andrew says he's going to put $1 million into it. But if you got in early, if you work for them, I mean, you're going to sell pretty much right at the open, right? Does that not make sense to do that? So
It does
I don't
make
know.
sense. But I
Yeah.
think I think if you buy it earlier, I mean, you know how they allow you to buy earlier. There is a list that you must respect. For example, not sell within 1 year. Sometimes they give you this where you could not sell for 2 years. I have no idea how it's
Okay.
going to work. Yeah.
Oh, hmm. I don't know about that. I might take one share Paris in my son's joint brokerage account I have with him. Yeah, there you go. Oh, there is a lock-in period. Chris
Yeah,
says
that
so
is
you
a lucky
can't.
period. That's what I was saying exactly.
Oh, okay.
I mean, is there any strategy when gap up or down like today? Yes, there are strategies for stocks that are gapping up and down. I have two of them: gap plus parabolic, gap plus range. If it's a gap plus parabolic, I go for reversals. If it's a gap plus range, I go for breakouts or momentum plays. Robert is
Well,
asking. Sorry, go for
go
it.
ahead, sir. No, you go ahead. I'm just kind of reading comments. You go ahead, Robert.
Yeah. Yeah, so Robert says, guys, after how many months of consistent trading do you then start focus on improving how many R's you get? Robert, for me, I took it in different steps. The first step was to become consistently profitable. And for me, profitability is 3 green months in a row over 5 hours at least. If you can have 3 green months in a row over 5 hours, that means that you have a skill, not luck. After that, I worked on transferring to live trading. So I used to have 1 day live, 1 day simulator, 1 day live, 1 day simulator until I could just move to 5 days live trading per week. That was my second step. After that, I worked on increasing my risk per trade. Initially, when I started trading, I was risking $5 risk per trade, and I slowly increased it up until the maximum amount that I could. Once I hit the roof, I cannot risk more because of buying power issues. I started working on risk management, trying to get more R's on winners and trying to get less R's on my losers. That's basically the step-by-step process for me. What do you think about it, Kyle?
Yeah, no, I kind of do the same. I mean, Avon's a lot more disciplined and structured, I think, than I was when I first started, honestly. Like I kind of just jumped right in the deep end with the great white sharks and like I was risking about $100 a share or $100 a trade when I was I mean my account was only about $15,000. So I really just wasn't I should never have done it the way that I did it. And it's taken me about 2 years to fix those problems, but the way Eamon explained it right there is exactly how you should approach it. Using the simulator appropriately, start with a very small share size and build your strategy. And once the strategy is proven that it works and your mindset is proper, then you start sizing up. I started way too heavy and I had my P&L on the screen. I don't even have the P&L on my screen anymore. I mean, I kind of have an idea based on how much it's moving, how much I've made just from doing it so long. But I think at the end of the day, start small and build your confidence. Yeah, Melanie, it was way too steep. I was way over leveraged. Well, not over leveraged, but like in Canada, there was no PD or PDT rule. So you can put in 5 grand, you can put in 15,000, and I was just chasing the money, and that's the honest to God truth, and it bit me and it humbled me. In 3 months, I pretty much lost, I think 75% of my account. And thanks to the funded accounts, I've been able to kind of grow them up a little bit more. But I still battle those demons every day, honestly. And but I do use the equalized risk hotkeys now. So I have 3 hotkeys that I use, 1, 2, 3, for 3 different tier sizes, and I picked that up from Paris. He does that a lot. So yeah, you'll find your way. And if you have any questions, I'll just email us, and I'll help you as much as I can. Did you ever
Yeah.
use funded or prop firms or straight from sim to live? Eddie, I did funded accounts. I did the Bearable Traders funded accounts. I'm in my 3rd one right now, and I'm looking at doing prop firms as well. But I'm trying to finish up my 3rd one. I don't want to have too many irons in the fire, so to speak. It's a lot.
Yeah, I went straight from sim to live, but it's a different story for me. I did not know about funded accounts.
And they weren't available for you. Like the Bearable Trader one wasn't available when you
And
started, right?
Bearable Traders one did not have it. Yes, Bearable Traders one did not have it either. That's right.
Melanie, what do you mean the sim screwed me over? Is that the trading terminal simulator? It's been really good to me, honestly. I get a bunch of emails from you guys and Bearable Traders members. I got the money within 2 days. People ask me all the time, "How do you get the money?" Andrew's very good about it. Like it's through PayPal, and I mean, you send an invoice to him, and the money's once you complete the 3 months, and Mike and the back end team go through your trades and review it. If you didn't break any of the rules, you get the money. And honestly, like I've done about 5 or 6 funded accounts through Bearable Traders. Like I'll have to show this to Andrew, but I printed these off before he actually did the certificates. I just chat GPT this Bearable Traders, and I have these on my wall too because I like visualizing things, right? And if you see it like right here, if you like when I see it all the time, I know it's possible. So the trading, it's all legit, and you will get your money. So Melanie, if you have any questions on it, shoot me an email, Kyle@bearabletraders.com. Yep, and I was a rock star in sim, and it took 3 years to live. Actually worked out in the kinks. Can you quickly show how to use the equalized risk function in trading terminal? I'm not on the mix here, but email me at Kyle@bearabletraders.com. If you're on it, there's that little bullseye. There's the blue bullseye. So just put the risk that you want inside of that. Click where you want your stop loss to be, and then just hit market order, and it'll give you that many shares. Perez, did that answer your question?
Bimparas said that he was in ADVE since 2004. Probably a good thing, but how does it feel to see it down from $600 all the way till now, till here, basically?
The best and only prop firm for stocks is Trade the Pool. Okay, yeah,
But look,
I'll have a look at that.
Trade the Pool is not that cheap. I think Trade the Pool gives you a $50,000 account for, I don't know, 230 or 240, somewhere around that dollars. And
that's expensive.
yeah, exactly. And their max loss for the day is like 3%, if I'm not wrong. If I'm not wrong, which is 1,500, and trading terminal gives you $2,000 max loss.
For 500.
Exactly. And there is also a payout split, which is 70-30. Trading terminal gives you up to $10,000 full split if you make it. Obviously, if you make more, that's good. But how likely is it that you're going to make $50,000 more than that? And yeah, I mean, there are the ups and downs, but there are also some other rules. For example, the minimum trade duration is I think 30 seconds or somewhere around that. But what if my target was hit within 1 minute? Sometimes that happens when I take a trade. You just get in, it spikes, you exit.
Mm-hmm.
There is also a trading range. You should not go for less than 10 cents profit. But what if I trade AAL, which doesn't move out? I cannot go for 10 cents or more than that. Anyway, I wouldn't say that trading terminal is better than that prop firm, but it has its ups and it has its downs. I would definitely go for trading terminal.
Yeah, and obviously, like I'm a huge advocate for it because I've had success in it, and like Andrew has a lot of integrity. Like there's a lot of people asking about these payouts now, right? So for the funded account, how long do you wait for payout? The first one I got it in 2 days, and the second one because he was climbing. I forget where he was climbing, but it waited because he wasn't here. It was about I think 10 days. Um, but I've always got them. There was no issue with that. How many payouts can we have with Trading Terminal? I've been maxed. I'm done now at 3, but that's 3 max payouts. So I had 2 max payouts of $10,000. I'm in my third one right now. I'm only up about 6 grand to be honest. So that won't be a max payout. But I had an agreement with Andrew. Like I don't want to do them anymore because I'm a moderator right now, and I want to do this and I want to help you guys. So. And the money that I got from him, I've put into a live account anyway, so I'm okay. 3's good.
If you can make 3 payouts,
Yeah.
you're ready to trade in your live account because 1 payout takes you 3 months. 3 payouts is
Yeah.
9 months, and if you
Yeah.
make 3 payouts within 9 months, then you're ready to trade in your live account.
Exactly. And the biggest thing again, like we say this all the time with the trading terminal, it's there for you to learn to trade. Don't look at it if it's just to make some money. It's nice when you do, but it's an educational tool, and don't forget about that. A lot of us are getting lost in the max payouts and the leaderboard on bearbelltraders.com. Like a lot of guys, like I'm guilty of that too. Like I wanted to be in first place, but it burned me. Like I was in first place, and then I took a $15,000 loss one day because I wanted to be in first place. So don't let your ego get in the way of learning how to trade the proper way. So just hang out here, listen to Eamon, listen to me from time to time. I'll throw you a couple little gems here and there, but yeah, Bearable Traders it's been really good to me. This community is great, and you guys are in the right place if you want to learn to trade.
So someone is asking, what can we do about? What do you think about NVDA? I think it's going to go lower, but it literally depends on the market. If the market decides to go down now, NVDA is going to follow. If the market decides to make new highs, NVDA is going to follow. Looking at the pattern, I'm more short biased at the moment, but let's see what's going to happen within the next 1 hour.
I actually had NVIDIA on my watch list this morning too, and it never really panned out for me. I was watching Intel too much, and I didn't want to do another 3 trade day, like go into 3 trades at the same time. It just drains your mental capacity, honestly, and it's a lot to manage that many trades at once. So, yeah.
What about that? Choked on my drink.
I'm still. Are you drinking coffee? No, I bet you're drinking tea, aren't you?
No, I'm drinking coffee now.
Are you drinking coffee? Okay.
Yeah, this is coffee time.
I'm still in Intel. I ended up taking one more partial. I shared it with you. I might
I'll
get
take a
in,
look.
or I might get out
me
at
download it.
if it closes above probably 114. I might just get all out. I have about $100 left, so.
Oh, there it is. See it. Good job. Nice one.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's that. Nothing really happened with IO and Q. It's still kind of chopping around in a range. Yeah, everything's kind of just choppy.
Let's ask, what time frame do you use to enter trade or set up versus exiting? Look, I build my plan based on the daily, and on the 60-minute chart, I wait for a setup based on the 5-minute chart, and then use the 1-minute chart for execution and tight stop losses. My exits are also on the hourly chart and on the 15-minute chart. So the 1-minute chart is just for entry and stop loss. Planning the trade is on the daily and the 60-minute chart. Yeah, no, I'm not in anything. I'm short bias, but I'm waiting. See, my bias helps me avoid taking trades to the opposite direction against my bias. I could be wrong with my bias, and the Qs could just simply squeeze to the upside. And if that happens, I'm just not gonna trade. When you don't have a bias, you end up flip-flopping your trades. And on days like today's, it's a mess. You don't have a bias, you see it breaking down, you play a 5-minute open range breakout. You see it breaking the high of the day, you play the break of the high of the day. You see it breaking the low one more time, you play it short. You see it breaking view up, you play it long because there is no bias. And that's what I do not love seeing. So for me, I will have a bias and I will wait for the setup into my bias. If it goes to the opposite direction, then be it. I'm just not going to be trading.
How do you form your bias? Just based on higher time frames?
Yeah, I just look for patterns on higher time frames. For example, where is the next hourly candlestick headed? Where is the next daily candlestick headed? Where is the next 15-minute candlestick headed? And once everything is ready, I just go and wait for a setup on 5 and 1 minute chart there. For example, if we take a look right now on the hourly chart on Qs, you can see that there is no setup at all. There is a green after a red, after a green, after a red, after a green, after a red, after a green. There is nothing so far. But at the same time, it's hugging the 50 moving average, and every time it reached the 50 moving average, it rejected it for the last 4 days. That's the main reason why I'm more short biased than long biased. At the same time, the daily chart looks like it needs a pullback. We had only 2 days sell off. It could still sell off all the way to the 50 moving average. Weekly chart still did not consume its full ATR, and it could continue going lower. But so far, there is no bias on the hourly chart. And same thing on the 30-minute chart. Red, green, red, green, red, green. I mean, green, green. It's literally nothing. So right now, I'm waiting for since I'm more short biased based on the 60-minute chart hugging the 50 moving average, and I see that there is not much room to the long side, $2 or $3 maybe, and we already whipped about from it a couple times before. I would prefer to wait for the short setup on the hourly chart, and I think that maybe a double top on the hourly chart, maybe at least a double top on the 30-minute chart, or a break of the low of the day. We'll see whatever happens. So I don't know what setup is going to happen, but I know that my bias is to the short side, and now I need to wait for it because it's messy. At the moment, it is messy.
Rhino says he likes your style. I said you have a nice shirt. You have a nice golf shirt on right now. Kyle Taylor, do you think CRWV is sitting for a long? Let me tell you. CRWV. Wow, this thing had a nice run up too. Or V. Oh, I went CrowdStrike. Was it V or D? Sorry, let me have a look.
Yeah, everything looks like it's squeezing at the moment, but we'll see.
It's interesting. I actually typed in CRWV. I type in CrowdStrike. Look at the run up this thing had today.
Yeah, I see it. It's actually not bad. Nice run on it. But it did drop a lot already, right? Like 20% drop, bottomed, green candlestick on the previous day. I need to add these AI stocks on my list of stocks. I have a list of 8 stocks that I'm watching, but I don't have a lot of names on it. And right now, I think it's the best time to add these.
But Sammy, CRWV, let me see here. The one thing I do like, and I've mentioned this in the past, it is coming up to the opening range candle. So if it comes up to there around 93, what is that, 75, I think it is. I've found opportunities around there to go long, but on the 1 minute chart, I would like to see it close over the 200 moving average on CRWV. And the volume's really not amazing, honestly, like 4,000 shares. This is a tough time to trade, right? In my humble opinion, there's not as much volume. But if you wait a little bit longer,
there is not much volume to go for 1 minute momentum plays.
Correct.
1 minute momentum plays. You need to go for. You need to be more patient, waiting for 5 minutes, 15-minute runners.
5:15, exactly.
Something like that. Yeah.
No, agreed. Sammy, what do you trade on in chat? Do you trade on the 1 minute chart? Where are you hoping to execute?
Alex, no, I closed my ZS swing. I mentioned it in the chat room. Right now, I'm only in 2 positions on swing trading. I actually call my swing trades in this channel. Like right now, I'm both in Microsoft and Netflix. Microsoft since 400, Netflix since 82. I'm watching a few stocks. I'm watching Meta at the moment, and a few other things. I mean, yeah.
So Sammy, yeah, just refer back to what Eamon said, right? Like around this time, there's no volume. So doing a move on a 1 minute chart when there's only about 3,000 shares being traded, it's a little tough, but it depends. I mean, it looks like you're getting a little bit of a push right now, but yeah, I would wait until at least 93.75. Let it close over the first 1 minute opening candle, and then just watch the spies and the Qs and kind of go from there. If you want to do a quick scalp, but personally, I wouldn't touch it right now.
Hare Krishna, I don't know what's going to happen on AGBA. I don't see any good pattern on it. I don't like the fact that on this day we broke a multi-month level. That's a really bearish sign. And you really do not want to play a reversal one candlestick after the breakdown. So we broke on the 11th of June, which is today. You cannot expect a reversal literally on the day of the breakout. Could happen, but not with high probability.
Helen is asking, what do you think? Would your trading system in Atlas be applicable for trading QQQ on a 1 and 5 minute chart?
Yeah, my trading styles would work on both like 1 minute chart, 5 minute chart. I mean, I think anything. And I think it doesn't matter what trading modality is mine, Kyle's, Andrew's, Brian's, whatever works on the 5 minute chart, works on the 15-minute chart, works on the daily chart, works on the hourly chart. It just takes longer to form and it takes longer to play out on higher time frames. And on smaller time frames, you'll find it more frequently. It's more noisy, but the moves are going to be smaller. Sorry to cut you out, Kyle. Go for it.
No, you're good. No, I agree. I'm actually looking at trading the Qs a little bit more. I'm doing just a little bit of back testing on it myself with my strategy, and it actually works very similar, honestly, to my break and retest strategy. So I'm looking at trading that a little bit more, but it's still in the early stages. ZS. Okay, well, we're at 402 likes. No giveaway today, it doesn't look like. I don't think we're going to get 98 likes in the next 15 minutes, but you guys can prove me wrong. What's Intel doing? Okay, it's still heading lower. What's Intel's ATR? Or what is it? Let me have a look here.
Intel's ATR, sorry about that. I think it's at $2 to $3 maybe.
Wow. So this thing's had.
Oh no, sorry, my bad. It's $8. Yep.
It's $8.
It's $8 to $9 ATR.
Oh, okay. So this thing could actually continue to sell off. And
Yeah.
I actually added. I'll send you a new update of my. I added small to my short, but $8 ATR. That's nice. Are you gonna watch any World Cup?
Me? You know the answer.
Oh, that's right. You don't watch sports. I don't watch sports.
Yeah,
You're focused on your baby. Yeah.
I'm just focused on
life.
on life. And I wouldn't say that I'm actually I enjoy watching series, movies, sci-fis. That's where I waste my time.
Love it. Yeah.
That's where I waste my time.
Chris, Intel has been trading smoother than NVIDIA this week. Yeah, I actually haven't traded NVIDIA for a long time. It's, I mean, to each their own, obviously, but I've been really into semiconductors, to be honest. And ever since Mr. Donald Trump talked about Intel, it's just been, I think a lot of retail traders have been behind it. So it's been a good mover.
And don't remind me, I'm done with businesses.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just a
Yeah.
trader.
Yeah. Hi,
All
Kyle.
right,
When you
then.
trade on a funded account, how many charts do you focus on? Well, the trading terminal funded account gives you two. So I'll usually have my watch list built up on PBT, and then you can click through that similar to how you normally would on DAS. But I just use two because I'm a scalper. I use the 1 and the 5 minute. Manny, are you in a funded account right now? I guess I need to become a Lambos and Garbage Truck member. Oh, you guys have these cool little logos. I don't have one. Oh, you have to pay for that, Eamon? I guess you do. It's $5 a month
Yeah,
or
I guess I
something.
do. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Manny, if you have any questions, email me. Kyle@barreltraders.com. I'll help you as much as I can. But yeah, 1 in the 5 minute chart and use the equalize risk hotkey or the equalize risk. Like that little blue bullet. Use that. Make sure you're using that. Ever happened to IO and Q? Nothing. Garbage.
Did nothing happen on it?
Nah,
Yeah,
cost me cost me
it
only
literally just broke.
$50.
It
Yeah.
just broke the high, chopped by a few cents above the high, and ended up dropping. But setup wise, it wasn't bad. It really
Yeah,
wasn't bad.
it looked good.
It looks ugly now. Yeah, like you said, it didn't have any momentum or follow through on it, unfortunately.
No. Intel. I'm gonna take one more partial here.
Tesla's Atlas looks more bullish. For those who are asking, yeah, Renas, Tesla's Atlas looks more bullish than bearish. At least short term, all the way to 387.
I'm probably gonna butcher this name, but Belmu Trader. How do you scalp using Trading Terminal? Because its response time is rather slow. I I disagree with that. I think I had really good fills all throughout my trading terminal. Like the funded account I'm in right now is in DAS on my third one. But when I was using Trading Terminal, I had honestly great fills. So I would use 10% partials. I'm kind of moving away from 10% for my own strategies and my own mindset. I'm moving to 25s, but I never had any issues with fills, to be honest.
Then it's like when the market is range trading like today, is it always to wait for range highs or range lows for a trade? Ideally, yes. Or sometimes you could use intraday ranges. For example, you can see that there is a high approximately around here. You see the pre-market high, not the high of the day, pre-market high. And it seems like we are holding the pre-market high. So if, for example, you're short biased and let's say we get a 15-minute bearish candlestick, and maybe you could short around here, closer to the high, targeting the low, if you're short biased. If you're long biased, wait vice versa. You could either play to the long side around this zone around here, there is a strong level, or you could play it to the long side somewhere around here, which is basically the second level. So long zone here, or here, short zone here, or here. Or you do something else, which is basically the break of the high or the break of the low. The tricky part is to wait for a setup to form around these zones, not only playing it around these zones. Kyle and Ayman, do we suppose that I don't think the rest of the market is going to be like relevant after SpaceX goes live. I mean, it is relevant, but I don't think it's going to be affected by SpaceX. Sorry about that.
Eamon, do you want me to send you one of these sweaters?
All right, not bad one. I like it.
It's a bit big.
Why
but,
not?
I
Yeah,
can
good
send
luck
you-
sending it to Russia, but yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Let's see. Do they fund like a prop firm?
Look, yes, it works like a prop firm, but remember, even prop firms, they don't give you live funded. They call it funded, but it's not live. It's simulator funded, and then they pay you similar to the way Andrew pays.
No, you do need to be an active trading terminal member to be eligible for the funded account. So you have to have a membership for 3 months, and then you are able to get payouts for the funded account. Krishna, or sorry, I don't know how to say your name. Krishna Walters.
And yeah, that's interesting.
Pen pals. Oh my, I haven't heard that forever. You just write people across the world. Like the 80s and the 90s were just such a crazy time. Like I
Yeah,
grew up in the 90s. I loved it. Like the only way I knew how to come home was when the street lights came on. My dad never even, he didn't even care. It's just like when the street lights come on, you better be home. He didn't care what I did, where I went. I didn't have a cell phone, nothing. And now everyone has like trackers in them in their shoes because the world's so crazy. But I loved growing up in the 90s. It was a great time. Like my teenage years, I didn't have a cell phone until I was in grade 11, I think. So everything I did as a kid, there's no history of it. So I got away with everything, and there's no recordings of what I did as a kid. So no one could
luckily.
ever, exactly, no one could ever blackmail me. But I loved it. I loved growing up in the 90s. I had a band that had many pen pals, kept me busy writing back and forth in college. Yeah. I mean, that's how we communicated, right? I mean, there was email, but my grandparents, like, my dad tried to buy my grandpa a computer once. He's like, I don't want it. He's like, just send me the photos. He's like, just mail me photos. I don't want email. I don't want to set any of that stuff up. I don't want a computer. He's like, just mail me photos and I'll put them on the wall. But the world evolves, and it is what it is.
Halakila, the four dotted lines, I just mentioned it. Like the two upper dotted lines, one is for the pre-market high, which is basically this one. One is the high of the day. And I said that if you're short bias, this is the zone to short, or this up here. If you're long bias, this is the zone to buy, or this one. But I'm definitely more short bias, so these zones are the zones to short. If you missed this zone and you missed this zone, then you might want to play to the short side only after it breaks the lower, after it retests it. Or if it goes back up.
Like I think Intel could realistically go down to $1, like 110.
Intel? 110, let me
80,
see.
87 million shares traded now.
Yeah,
Good
it's
Lord.
realistic. I mean, it's within its ATR barely. Full big order down there on Atlas. I mean, it's because it's strong round number, so definitely there is a big order down there. So yeah, I mean, it can, especially, and with the market slowly setting up for a short. I wouldn't say it's setting up for a short. It's ugly, it's rangy, but I'm short biased. That's why I feel like it's setting up for a short. But if the market gets down push, Intel will probably follow.
Can you go back to Intel for a second and just
Yeah.
on the 5-minute chart, what time is that? 6 o'clock away to the left. That big buy candle, like would that be a target?
Big red candlestick,
All the way to the left at 6 o'clock.
6
Yeah, that
a.m.
one.
This one.
Yeah. Like the bottom of that, because if the ATR is $8, and so it shot up to 119, so call it 111. Like, could that be a target, or is that too far? That's too stretched.
111 is not stretch. I think even 110 is not stretched.
Okay. Because my
It's
mindset when I see a candle like that, I'll be like, okay, there's a huge buyer there, so that could be a target. So if it comes all the way down there, that could be like an all out because you could anticipate a big buyer being there.
Yeah.
Is there any truth to that or no?
Well, you could see the big buyer on Atlas, right? So you already have that information.
That's true.
So we have a strong big number at $110, which again makes sense because strong round number. And then these are the orders that we have. 111.15, and I think that's the biggest one that we have for now. 111.15 because it's the low of the day, probably.
111. Yeah, you got it. Okay, noted. You know what? I'm just gonna let this thing go all day. See what happens.
I mean, you lose. The only issue that or the only thing that I do not like about it is probably the 30-minute chart. This thing needs to make a reset, and the scary, if it makes a push to the downside, you're definitely on the safe side. But there is a slight chance that it is going to make a 30-minute reset, which is below view up but above the place where you added. That's the only downside.
Okay. Well, I got my stop at break even, so if it comes up, that's okay.
Good. Yeah, you're on
Yeah.
the safe side for sure.
We're on the safe side.
You do not want to hold on to your trades, guys, long simply because Market Atlas tells you to do so. It needs to be a combination of pattern setup plus Market Atlas. For me, if Market Atlas is not supportive, I would go blindly for the pattern or for the setup that I'm trading. But if Market Atlas is also supportive, that gives me extra confirmation to hold. That's the way I use Atlas. I don't execute trades blindly because of it. It's just an extra confirmation that adds up to my edge.
Oh, you guys are awesome. Like Ben, Candy, Frank, Paris. You guys show up every day and engage with the chat.
Richard
It's
is
awesome.
here as well every day.
Yeah, you guys are great.
Yes,
Thank
I
you so
remember
much.
him.
Yeah.
Sammy.
Sammy. Yeah.
I think,
yeah.
I mean, the names are here every single day.
Yeah. So
Sorry
that's
if we miss
amazing.
someone. There is a lot of
Well,
you.
I think we're missing about 380 people, but we appreciate all of you. But there's some guys that it's always nice when you guys engage in the chat and just chime in. If you guys have any questions, like don't hesitate to ask, right? We want to make sure you guys
Hare
are
Krishna is here
being
too, yeah?
successful too.
We must
Krishna,
have no life.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Oh, you have a life. This is exactly where you want to be. If you want to be a trader, like Eamon's been trading for 10 years. Like his knowledge is honestly unmatched. And like a guy like me who's only been trading 2 or 3 years, I'm closer to a newer trader. So there's a good
And you're a
mix of
trader
both
who
of
made
us.
$30,000 in 9 months.
A little longer as well, about 12.
But still.
Yeah, virtual friends, exactly. It's like we're virtual pen pals, like you guys were saying. So it's great. Us old schoolers are good with chats. Yeah. I remember, I mean, we got about 1 minute left. ICQ. This was like one of the very first messenger bot. There was MSN Messenger, but before that, it was ICQ. It was a little flower. Does anyone remember that? Do you remember that? That might be before your time.
Probably for my time.
ICQ.
Forgetting that you have 40 years
I'm
old.
really aging myself. ICQ. I don't remember IRC, but the messenger ping was, uh-oh, like you get a message. That was the the ping was that noise. Anyways, got about 30 seconds left. If you guys haven't liked the channel or subscribed, we are almost at 630,000, which is nuts. When I first joined, we had 55,000 followers. So the last 3 years has been unbelievable, and it's a test to all of you guys. So thank you so much.
All right, guys. Thank you again for hanging around with us. If you get any questions, feel free to email me, ayman@bearbletraders.com or kyle@bearbletraders.com. Trade smart, take it slow, and we'll talk to you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern. Don't forget, be here tomorrow. SpaceX Day. Andrew will join us once it's released. So tomorrow is going to be an amazing day, even though it's Friday. So talk to you tomorrow.
I am out of here today. I'm going to the mountains, so I will see you guys. I'm gonna miss tomorrow, but I'll be back on Monday. Amen. Have an amazing weekend. Okay.
Have an amazing weekend. So bye-bye, guys.
Okay. Take care, guys. Bye.